horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about it to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, my shoes and match around it. For a lot of screaming higher, don't you know I learned from from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about it to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, my shoes and match around it. For a lot of screaming higher, don't you know I learned from from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about it to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, my shoes and match around it. For a lot of screaming higher, don't you know I learned from from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about it to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, my shoes and match around it. For a lot of screaming higher, don't you know I learned from from a home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to a loaded times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, does it come? On your heart, I'm a shooting match. Falling out and screaming higher, don't you know my life formation? It's generation. I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to a loaded times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, does it come? On your heart, I'm a shooting match. Falling out and screaming higher, don't you know my life formation? It's generation. I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to a loaded times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, does it come? On your heart, I'm a shooting match. Falling out and screaming higher, don't you know my life formation? It's generation. I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to a loaded times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, does it come? On your heart, I'm a shooting match. Falling out and screaming higher, don't you know my life formation? emerging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the body. We're gonna conquer the world.
Hey, nice to finally see you guys again. So we are here finally. So we are here at the Global Championship and the finals. So today we're gonna have the Global Championship, and then it's gonna be out between YB and also JX. So this is Leon, and hello, and we have two co-hosts right here. We're gonna have Mark of G, and also we're gonna have Tempo Shot. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Do you wanna, do your little introduction?
Yeah, sure. I'm Mark G. You guys all know me from obviously CBL cast throughout the NA and EU side of things. I will be casting alongside obviously Tempo Shot. I'm a streamer and content creator for Poros Entertainment as well. So yeah, here to enjoy this finals matchup.
Nice. Thank you, Mark.
Great to finally see a matchup from East versus West, right? Because we haven't really seen one for a very long time in this game.
Yeah. I think the last one is like 3 or 4 years ago. I think this is actually for most of the audience. This is actually the first time they're seeing a global final matchup. And I think it's actually in the history of CBL, this is actually the very first time that it's truly global, and then we have the final stage of the Global Championship. I think normally, like for the East side, we stopped at the East Conference Championship.
Yeah, definitely in the West, we've never had a split NA or EU. It's just been a mixed CBL for them, hasn't it? Where any team could enter from either side. I think there's been a couple of friendly games from West versus East, like you said, like 3 or 4 years ago, but never anything official like this. So yeah, it's really exciting to see what's going to be outcome today. See how these two teams can compete against each other.
Yeah, of course.
100%, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing the different play styles as well and the different setups and see what's going to be brought into it, because we've never really seen the Chinese mainland squads playing against any EU squads. So yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, especially with how dominant both teams have been on their servers, right?
Yeah, I think that both teams are already in the server. So in the meantime, we might want to do a little introduction of the both teams as well. Guys, you want to start with YB?
Yeah, so, yeah, buddy, everyone on the Western side will know their names. Everyone will recognize all these names in this list. They're a team that's been around for a little while now. A fairly fresh team, but they've obviously come off the back with winning the most recent CB Rivals, the fan-made tournament. Didn't do so well in Aerial Rise, but that's because they were putting their focus into CBL, where they've had a dominant performance from the start. They lost, I think, just one individual match, one individual game in their group stages, and then they won every other game 3-0 up until they fought Nerf Everything then in the first finals, where they still beat them and came through. And then in the actual Western finals, they obviously fought against the American team that managed to make it through that time, but beat them clean 3-0 as well. So very, very dominating performance from Buddy across the whole tournament.
Yeah, I think we've heard YB, the name in the APAC community as well. I think it's very strong component. And also for JX, for those you're not so familiar with, so JX is actually from China mainland. If you guys know one legendary, champion team in APAC called CNC, I think half of the CNC team members went to JX. And I heard that, over 10 members of JX, they won at least one CBL from the East. So I'll say they're pretty experienced, and also they're all veterans. And also, each individual of them are actually pretty famous in the Chinese community and also in the Chinese servers. So I think they did not have a very difficult encounter in their journey, along the way to the King of the East. Even in the finals, it's always 3-0. So they didn't have any real opponents in the East. But I'm pretty sure YB will be the one probably. What do you guys think? Any predictions?
I think it's going to be really difficult, to be fair. I can't tell the difference between what team is going to be better out of these ones. Obviously, I've seen YB throughout this whole time, and they've been pretty dominant, but I know that JX has done the exact same over their side of things. So to tie them against each other, not knowing really kind of how the playstyles will adapt against each other, is going to be a completely different thing. So I can't really call this. I think this might go all the way, though. I think you'll see a map 5, and that's where it's going to go to, but I can't tell you who's going to win it.
Yeah, of course, that's a fun part. So in terms of play style, any obvious observations from YB?
Yeah, I mean, main thing with YB, I think they've played a very heavy melee setup this season. They've done a lot of wall holds on maps. You know, they were one of the teams that, or the only team they came out with their strat for the Hidden City map, for example, where they killed all of the trebs, all of the trebuchets, and they were holding full defense on the wall, which no other team was doing. So they're not afraid to try new things, and they are very aggressive with their melee playstyle. So I'm going to be interested to see how JX can deal with that.
Yeah, I think for JX, they were pretty good at the caps. I know some audience didn't really like the span of caps, but they're pretty good at it. And also in terms of playstyle, I think they were pretty aggressive as well. So no matter when they're playing attackers or they're playing defenders, and I think they're known for when they're playing against playing defenders, they're gonna stand at the gate, and for example, like for many maps, people will just give up point A and point B, but like for JX, they don't like to give any of the flags. So we will see. Right. I think
the map choices are going to make a difference as well, because obviously Algolia is going to be one of the maps that we're going to be watching later on. But yeah, we've not seen it on our side of the EU versus NA, or even just the EU server at all. Nobody's picked Algolia, so maybe nobody's really practiced well enough on Algolia. So if that was a pick for obviously YB, it's going to be interesting to see the choice of it, because it's their first time doing it.
Yeah. Cool. And as we are getting close to the game, so this is going to be a best of 5 game. And then can you guys introduce a little bit of the ban list of the map or the for the units?
Want you go tempo?
Yeah, definitely. So going into the maps then, JX decided to ban Hylian Fjord. Obviously, Buddy has had quite a lot of experience on that map in the CPL, so JX have probably seen that and thought, we don't want to take that coin flip. Historically, Hylian Fjord is a very coin flip map. It's very easy to attack, and it's a very fast-paced map, and so it's easy for teams to make one small mistake and get snowballed on that. So they decided to ban that, and they picked Dassault Fort as their map. And then Buddy decided to ban Kurak Castle, and they actually picked Algolia, as we were saying, Mark mentioned earlier. So definitely an interesting pick. We haven't seen, actually, I don't think we've seen either of those maps on the western side. So it's been very new for us. Kurak, obviously a map that some strong teams lost in, and some strong teams won on. So it's a very evenly sided map as well. So Algolia, I would say, is more defender favored, but we'll see what Buddy want to pull out on this, given they have picked it. Unit ban-wise, JX decided to ban the Companion Cavalry and the Wuwe Mansion Guards and the Lancelot Knights, the Queen's Knights. And they saved Falconetti, which is a unit that I would say the western side don't really play that much. So can Buddy deal with that? Buddy obviously they chose to ban Shenjis, Siladars, and Iron Reapers, and then saved the Sunwood Phalanx. So they're definitely ready for JX's Cav. Mentioned they're very good with that. Phalanx being open will allow them to counter that quite well. However, JX do have that Falconetti that can do a lot of damage to those Phalanx. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup for these teams. Will we see a lot of wall holds as well, with the Falconettis being available? I expect we will do, especially on Dassault Fort. So it's going to be a definitely exciting matchup. Yeah,
I think Dassault is actually not that rare in the APAC games, but Algolia is actually. I didn't remember I can see any of the Algolia games in the East as well. It's actually pretty surprising.
Yeah, strange. It's going to be interesting to see it then. Completely different map choices going out into this one. Dassault, obviously, with the Falconetti Gunners is going to be massive, I think. But I guess both teams have that access to it. So on the defense, you might see a completely different idea and how they're going to hold it because of it. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a useful unit for that map.
Yeah, probably we will see like a grassland in the series.
Yeah, I hope we see a grassland because it's exciting. I think JX will probably take this 3-1 though. I want Buddy to win, obviously coming from the Western side. I want to support them, but just JX have seemed on another level from the games that I've seen. Obviously, like you said, they only lost 2 individual games in the entire tournament, which was against YYY the first time they fought them. And I think it was BXXZ, was that the other team? I think they lost 1 round to. But other than that, they beat everybody 3-0. And while Buddy were dominant, they did lose a few more matches here and there. So just on that basis, I'm leaning towards JX here.
Yeah, totally understand. But I mean, it's a first time. You never really know. I mean, also like there will be some, tricks and also some, psychological effects when you're running into a new opponents, right? And especially different teams have different play styles, and maybe sometimes it's just more advantages, towards one of the play styles.
Yeah, and I think that's where Buddy might catch a game off JX because they'll be caught off guard by maybe their playstyle. But I think JX are a very experienced team. Like you said, a lot of CNC members in there that I think they'll be able to see what's happening and maybe lose one game to it and then just completely counter it. Honestly, that's the way I see this going. But I really want Buddy to try and win this for the Western side. But the experience on JX is huge. So
yeah,
it's going to be a hard one to come across.
Well, I think we'll see soon. Just for the audience. Because one team's from China and another team is from Europe, so actually we placed the tournament server somewhere in between. So I think both teams are playing around 150 in terms of lag. So it's actually pretty fair for both sides. So we will see a fair competition. Our players are logging into the matches. So we are about to see the loading screen.
Yeah, we'll first look at the units from both teams.
All right, here we go. I'm going to leave it to you guys.
Thank you very much. So obviously JX is attacking first, so we actually still do see a Falconetti coming around. Very heavy triple tier 4 setup here for both sides. But we do see, actually, an interesting mix here. There's actually only a handful of Cav on JX's side. We see Sipahi coming out as well. And a couple of other tier 4 Cav in there, whereas Buddy has a few more of the Cloudwing Cav, so that could be a big difference there. One big difference I noticing as well, we have Flames on Buddy with Mane. We know he is a good Flame player, same with Cinetic. Dunkel actually taking the Falcos this time. But will we see a tower hold here? They are all starting with Culverin, so we could see a full tower hold attempt from here. But not starting with those Falconettis could be...
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, Dunkel did not pull them out as his first unit choice, but we'll wait and see if he decides to swap them out when he starts in. Maybe he's starting with Cavalry and then get his Falconets further up to the supply point, depending on where he spawns. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a way of spawning.
I know he did say that he's the filler player, but he performed so well with his Flames in the final matchup of the Western side. I'm surprised he's been pulled out this time.
Yeah, I can see.
Here we go. We're going into map
there are
number 1.
lots of Imperial Pikes. Is that common?
Yeah, definitely looking for that Cavalry. Yeah. Pretty common.
It's just so good into melee fights as well at the moment. They're very strong with Mastery as well.
Yeah, of course. But I think for JX, they don't really have too many Cavs in this game.
Yeah, they had a few tier 4s thrown in. But yeah, not much else.
Maybe they were just expecting it to be, and the IPGs obviously, like we say, they are good in infantry fights as well, so it could be it's just a buried, just in case. You guys, obviously, JX should have picked a lot of cavalry because they probably expected from the previous matches that they'd probably looked back on and seen how they play to then obviously decide that's one of their unit choices in which they're picking up. But
I think as well of this match, if they do go for a wall hold, which everybody are now starting to try and do, you don't want to have too much cav anyway, because if you have to end up fighting on the wall and they're trying to full hold A, that cav is going to be useless. So it's not a bad choice to do that. We do see JX going for this top artillery position. It's a standard position on this map for a lot of artillery to clean that top wall. So we see them trying to get 3 culverins down instantly. Can Buddy counter this? They did build a culverin up on the back there, too lazy for everything. That culverin on top should be able to pick a few of these off.
Yeah, very interested and good position to be in there with your unit. The culverins obviously stops them from being targeted quickly as well, and obviously people might not be noticing them up there in that little advantage point.
Yeah, it looks like he's not actually trying to counter it. He's just put his Coven position that can't be countered. It's a standard spot on this map, right? You get 1 or 2 Covens there, you can completely control the entire front wall. So will Yeah Buddy commit artillery here for this is the question.
Doesn't look like they are, but there's lots of treads being called in at the very early on here to make sure that the culverins and all these units are hit as well here, because the palace guys at the front there just get hit to the left of your side of your screen there. But
I think the overview might be slightly bugged because it's saying Yeah Buddy have 3 siege left, but I'm pretty sure they haven't slammed down 12 already.
I think it's the siege towers work at the wall.
yeah, it looks like they've not even been damaged whatsoever, really. They're going to make it all the way through, even though the Trev does hit it a little bit. It's not going to do enough damage for it to be targeted, and Yeah Buddy are obviously going to back down from this this A defense.
Yeah Buddy trying to kill the 1 tower. I think they're going to try and hold it, looking where their units are here. I think they're trying to kill the 1 tower on the far side, but I think that one might even hit. It looks like they were trying to kill it and just holding the 2 towers. Because they're still doing units there. There's 1 Trev coming in. Didn't really hit anything here.
And I think, you know,
We're just dodging back out.
most of teams would just, you know, keep up the on the wall when the siege towers go.
GX are starting to push straight up that left side siege tower, though, and they're going to get met by your YB straight off the battle here at the start.
Also, Kalian doing a lot of work here.
So YB's coming up.
But this Treb could be huge now.
Yeah, so get in position for the Treb. It's going to hit a lot of the units coming down. You see everybody jumping off of the wall.
We see the cow from Yeah Buddy coming out at the same time. It's cleaning up on that supply on the back. We see a lot like Kalian Militia for JX already getting bottom tower as well. All this heavy push out here from Yeah Buddy. If they can pick up these hero kills here, could be huge for them.
Danko had a wee cap charge in the back here on the phalanx, just up at the bottom of this the siege tower there as well. It's pretty good a wipe of the units there. But the Treb comes in at the front gate here. It's going to do some damage there to the YB players coming through the gateway, and one's just at the very back. But down below, it's quite an even battle outside.
Yeah, Dunkel blocked that supply for a long time though, so they managed to get a decent trade here. I still say this goes in JX's favour at the moment, but if you look at the heroes killed, it's fairly even across the board.
This is going to be an A drop though now. Obviously YB are going to set themselves back up here for B and C defences at this point. No point obviously with no units to defend the A zone after pushing out. They're going to make sure they kind of set themselves up here for the next phase of the attacks.
Yeah, Buddy just bleeding a few more units here. Ada Bizardi getting caught inside, losing his hero there. It's not the best pick up here for your Buddy, but wasting time, right? So they're trying to go out, trying to waste some time here because they know what this map is like. I mean, everyone that's played this map in rank, you know what it's like as well, right? You will drop A normally and just try and rotate between B and C and hold those 2 points. So having this trade out the front here is buying some time and not allowing them to push quite so quickly. So it wasted a good 2 or 3 minutes, right? But still 10 minutes now to push onto B and C.
Yeah, it's difficult though to get down on towards the B zone. I feel like C is one of the more open areas in this map here to attack. Obviously, you only get like 2 ways in which you can get down to B unless you're going towards that supply point push. And normally, you'll see them set up the artillery as they start to do GX. They're setting up on the walls here with the mortars, ready to bombard the supply point and even the B zone. But they're talking it, dealing damage straight away from the YB squad to stop that happening and potentially stopping the builds of the artillery early on.
This is where the advantage of the attackers comes in now, right? All of these mortars just going straight down for JX here. YB seeming like they just want to drop this supply though.
Seems
Yeah,
like
they
it.
just all went
They could get
towards
caught in
the B
position.
zone. This Treb could actually hit quite a good amount of units if they're continuing to move into it. But the timing on it is just going to hit the halberdiers in the back.
Those hell, which just kills 3 of them. It looks like Yeah Buddy's coming to this with a plan of dropping the supply. I'm not sure I like this, but let's see how they can pull this off. It does avoid all this
dropping
artillery.
B as well. YB are dropping back, it looks like from the overview at the top I'm looking at here. You can see them just dropping all the way from B, all the way towards the home point defense.
I think
To be
you're gonna
fair,
drop both B and C.
I can understand. Yeah, I can understand the feelings, right? Obviously, JX have just slammed what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 artillery down. They just go, okay, you can build that. We're going to fall back. Behind these walls here, they can't get trebbed. Not on all these positions, so they might be able to try and do some kind of aggressive hold here and catch JX off guard. Because I don't think we've seen other teams really defending like this previously. Because this map hasn't been in the most recent CBL. It's been in the older ones. I don't remember anyone trying to do an aggressive hold like this. So this could catch JX off guard.
Yeah, well, we were saying that YB are actually sending all their heroes towards the season to kind of stop that for a few seconds, which will delay their time as well.
Treb coming in. Couldn't hit anything really.
good bait. I think that is there from YB, making sure they're using their artillery, they're using all their trebs as much as possible prior to getting to the home point defense, which is going to be crucial when it comes to artillery phases, because you've got some great overview spots here if you're the attackers.
Ooh, this treb though.
Does it hit though?
Huge.
Mortar shots are raining down on
Just
top
killed
of it here as well.
two of those
Falcons.
Falcons. Three, just killed another 3 more of those Falcons. 5 of those Falcons just died before the fighting starts. This is going to be hard.
That's
But
it, it's rough.
I like the aggressive push.
Here we go.
3 of them left. Another big treb though coming into the back of the units here if you're YB.
Good flames here from Manu. Might be able to get some wood. We've got 3 of them already dead, and that treb directly on them. He's losing another 2 more. JX 1, 2, 1, 3 is jumping in and trying to kill them. Yeah, buddy, it's a very even fight at the moment. Yeah, buddy seems to be winning the melee fight here.
Yeah, I think
Those flames distracting did enough work. They're starting to push through. Yeah, YB slowly going through.
GX players are coming in from the back though. They've got some Woowies coming in the back here. Sorry, that's not even the Woowies I'm lying. It's the...
If we look at the hero deaths now, if we press tab and bring that up, YB already has a couple people on 2 deaths. So JX have done a good job of trying to spread their deaths out. They've got 2 people on 2 deaths. YB also has 4 on 2 deaths, so that could be the difference here. Because obviously this is CBL settings, guys, so this is only 3 lives per player.
Yeah, you
But
don't
a nice aggressive defense there from buddy.
Yeah, I think it actually worked in their favour here, to be honest. They've got only 2 trebs left to use. So if you're GX, you've got 12 pieces of artillery still to use, but obviously 12 minutes left on the clock here with plenty of time to kind of go towards the home base. It's all about where they set up and how they do it here. By the looks of it, they're going through the B zone, looking to head towards that supply point area, grab that supply, and then kind of use their artillery there to rain down on the home point. But
and if we press C and bring up the units left, it's still fairly even across the board on tier 5 and tier 4. The difference is on tier 3 and tier 2 and tier 1. So actually, it's still everyone's game to play for here. Yeah, but again, trying to take an aggressive push up here, which is what we want to see.
Yeah, definitely very aggressive.
Right here.
These Rattan marksmen from 2 Lazy for Everything can do a lot of work here if he's allowed to shoot, because they have no shields to block this front line. He can start farming these kills. But Cav coming in the back, JX, don't go trying to stop it. You've got Social's hippie with his halberds there, but 2 Lazy for Everything could have moved his units for the forwards. He's lost a lot of those Rattans there, but still a decent amount left. Still 16 units.
They're trying to fight there, but they've got wiped out by YB's cavalry here slowly.
The heroes are now falling. Java Moon is now dead 3 times. He is out of this game.
This could be the turning point though for GX.
This is the game point probably.
This could be it. It's a very strong push there. They're making a lot of ground here towards the home point here. There's only a couple of heroes trying to get away with their lives as Gaba falls and AS and Mag falls as well, followed by Cinetic. It's quite quickly
going to be the end of this game. Bringing up the hero kills right now. Like I said, Jarthmul going out 3 times, Cinetic, Gaba dead 3 times. It is 230 to 450, and JX have full control at this point.
And only 4 heroes are left for YB, so I mean, that's probably the game.
Going to be the first game over here, but this is a quite an second favoured map, right? So this is not the worst route to lose, but can your buddy maintain that going into the second match where they will be attacking? Because obviously attackers have treb advantage, attackers have a double artillery advantage as well. So we'll see what they can pull off in the second matchup. And Mark, I'll hand over to you to go through these scoreboards.
Yeah, I mean, I would go and explain all the GX names. However, I don't understand any of their names, but we'll go through the top one of the MVPs, getting 92 unit kills, so going all the way down. You've got a few heroes there picking up 4 hero kills along the way as well. So they've had a good performance at killing their heroes. Obviously, you notice that at the end there was only 4 left on the point for YB. And Adap here is the one to pick up your MVP in MVS for the defending side, but he picks up 94 unit kills as well, 2 hero kills. Nobody really on YB getting more than 2 hero kills per individual, and it's going to be obviously shown in the post-match analysis where you can see the difference in hero deaths in comparison to what GX picked up in that round. But obviously the use of trebs and artillery helps GX for their attack going into it.
Let's go to the post-battle analysis.
Yep, and post-batch analysis, there we go. You can just see it, the hero deaths, 15 versus 31, a massive difference in terms of doubled up. Unit deaths, pretty even, pretty well in terms of unit deaths. That wasn't so bad, but obviously with the heroes dying out, there's a chance that some of these players didn't get the chance to bring out another unit, or they just committed their units early enough that they can get themselves involved. But hero devs are.
I mean, you can see from those
definitely
first two fights there, right?
Yeah, on the graph.
Yeah, but they actually won those first two fights on the graph. You can see they not necessarily won, but they killed more units in those first two fights. Just that last one, they just got snowballed through so hard there. And I feel like they got a bit too greedy to win because they had the advantage, right? They had the Zycalian, they had the Rattan Marksman. I may have missed it, but I didn't see any real key range units for JX there. So could Buddy have taken it a bit slower and used those marksmen to their advantage, potentially? But yeah, just JX doing a really good job in that final fight of just snowballing through and just ending that game.
Yeah. Definitely. That's pretty much what JX have done quite well there is the fact that they just kept that momentum going once they got past the B push. It looked like YB had a good fight towards it. Obviously, they were being the aggressors, but it didn't kind of work out. Eventually, Heroes dying, and like you says, there was a few players that died 3 times, and they were not coming back into the battle. So they couldn't help on the point at the end, and with only 4 heroes left, there's not really much you can do because there wasn't any units there to bring out. There was no supply point to go back to. By the time he did it, you lose the home point anyway. So yeah, overall, a very strong performance for JX. Looking to see if YB can do the same though on their attack going into this one.
Yeah. So actually, what do you guys think make the final difference in the final clash? I mean, in the first 2 clashes, actually pretty even, right?
Yeah, but he had a bit more of a...
What do you want to say, Temple?
I was going to say, I think it was a bit different in units left, right? It looked like JX had more phalanx left in that last fight, and we've seen how strong and dominating those units have been going into these CBL matches throughout the whole CBL, really. Very strong unit in the current meta, and I just think they won the melee fight because of that. They had very heavy pike setup with a lot of halberdiers as well, and Buddy tried to push into that, which is not the easiest thing to push into. And that's what I feel like they could have maybe played around their range a bit slower there. But yeah, definitely the advantage on JX's side. Having that braced setup with multiple braced units is difficult to push into.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously we did have JX had like the high ground coming down with the fights as well, where they fought at the home point before they obviously got in. It's a very difficult position to go up if you're using any like pike classes. So obviously going up the hill is not a good idea. But obviously for YB, they decided to be the aggressors first off, and they were going up the hill against JX, who used their phalanx well to push all the way down. And obviously you can use them very strongly. At the end of it, on the home point, they had about 4 units of phalanx left on the point. There's really nothing you can do at that point.
Yeah, actually, back to the discussion on the supply point. So did you guys still think, the choice YB made to give up the supply points is actually a smart choice?
I think overall it is a smart choice, right? Dropping that BC and supply side, they waited for JX to build their artillery, so they were trying to slowly starve them out of their artillery, right? Because like we said, attackers have 30 artillery pieces. They can place 2 each, right? So that is a very big advantage that attackers have. And so they would, I think their sort of play style was, okay, we're going to make them think we're setting up, they're going to stand with artillery, then we're going to fall back and take an aggressive trade and try and get a fight where they don't have lots of artillery stacked up to try and get that advantage, which is what they did, right? They had that fight on that supply side. JX couldn't really use any artillery because they'd already built it on the back. They weren't ready or in a position to build any more. I think they built 1 more, so they got instantly killed by the Falconettis. And Buddy had a good fight there. But they left some units on the supply. Their Falconettis died to a treb before the fight started. So I like that they tried to do something different. They tried to get in a bad position, which they managed to do, but they didn't quite execute it perfectly. So if they hadn't quite lost so many units there with that treb, would they have snowballed more? Had the Falcons left alive for the next fight? These little things that can seem like not very much can have a big impact on the game.
Yeah, so I feel like,
I agree.
I'm sorry.
No, you go. I was going to say, I just agree. That's what I was saying. It's definitely a very true point Tempo just brought up there. But on you go, Leon. You can continue.
Of course, yeah. I think we are about to go to game 2. So the map is still going to be Vassal. And YB is going to play attackers. And then JX will play the defenders this time. So I think, the first game is actually fairly quick. But let's hope that YB can put themselves together. And it's a more attacker-favored map, just like we discussed. So I think probably YB can take this one. So that's
Yeah,
good to
see what
be
the
always
attackers
good.
are going to do there with the artillery they've got and the use of obviously the trebs. What's their strategy going forward? JX going to look to defend the A zone, which YB obviously didn't do at the start of it. Great positions for them. They were able to get all 3 towers up and they pretty much dropped A zone at that point in time. You don't tend to defend too much. They did put a good wee fight down the siege tower, which actually was quite an even trade-off.
They're changing units here. I'm seeing more cav now on JX's side. More is the Cloudwing cavalry that was Randra cav. They've got a couple more this time. I think they had 1 last round, right? Now they've got 3 sets and a few more green cav in here as well. A lot more Merm heavy, which we've seen Murmalones do very well as the phalanx, which obviously both teams are playing quite heavy in the first round. Still 5-6 units for Buddy of phalanx, so those Merms could do a lot of work into those. One thing I've noticed a big difference though is that JX just doesn't care about the Rattan marksman, whereas Buddy seems to take 2 or 3 every game, so it can do a lot of work into these heavy fight things. This is where I think JX is just showing their experience here. They saw that they played more marksmen, so this round they played a couple more shield units with the Murmalones. So I think that JX is definitely trying to adapt here to Buddy's playstyle. And
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see
makes
if that's going to
sense.
pay off for them. So.
Yeah, the amount of phalanx they came up against, they're like, right, we're going to bring out the Murmalones, we're going to see if we can do something differently here. Maybe they've already had a plan in the action already prior to this for their attack of them, knowing how difficult it is to defend it, or maybe they think that it'll be a different playstyle brought out here for YB going into it. But we're obviously going to start off at the start, once we always do, looking forward to seeing who is going to defend where. They're going to use the culverins, all the built-in artillery at the start of the map here. And there's plenty of musket players. If you're a YB, going to be able to look to target all of these artillery pieces rather than using the trebs like GX did in the first round. They're going to make sure.
A standard strat here for the new teams, right? They very heavily swap to muskets to start with the medium players to go and bomb all the artillery. None of them going up to the arty spot yet with the JX use, but I imagine 1 or 2 will once the fight starts to get going if JX commit to this pool.
I mean, maybe they're just not wanting to use any of their artillery. Maybe this is the reasoning behind it all. Like, obviously, most of their artillery is already down here. If you're a GX, none of it is on the wall anymore. They're not really setting up their own pieces of artillery at the moment. So far, they don't really need to set up that extra uses of artillery on that wall left-hand side here because there's nothing really to target with it. The artillery at the point.
Are trying to go for the tower holders. They have built 2 artillery so far. We see on the where they're building it on the stairs here. So there's one on the far left side as we're looking out from the defender's position. On those stairs, that makes it harder to treb. You sort of cover it on the stairs, and they've also done one by the C resupply as well on those stairs. That makes it a lot harder to treb. So they're going to try and take down all 3 of these towers.
I think it's highly likely that all of them will be gone.
Yeah, all 3 siege towers are about to fall. It's quite a considerable amount of damage it's done to them already, and then yeah, that's going to be YB setting up all their mortars on the outside now here to kind of find a counter here now if they can potentially do that.
Third one went down on the far right hand side, but Buddy is trying to treb that. They're not actually going to get the kill on that. So that Culverin is still up, taking a treb and still living. That's a big win for JX with that Culverin.
Yeah, that's just all 3 siege towers down. I was just about to say that's the next siege tower down, but that makes all 3 siege towers down. We're going to see them back up in 10 more seconds where they're going to have to reset the push here with the siege towers. And obviously, I think siege towers need to be on the wall, or else it is a very difficult task to take. Going through the gate is not very optimal for the squad.
Now we see the mortar spam now coming down from Buddy. Can they pressure off these walls? This thing though, right? JX are experienced in this. They're showing their experience here. All of these Culverin spots are very, very hard to counter. Will they have the damage to kill the next set of towers though? With the artillery that's left, they won't. But are they going to build more? That's the question. Looks like they're actually going to fall back, so they're just doing it, wasting some time. They killed 1 set of towers, and now we see all their units are falling back. Buddy have seen this, and look at this. Straight away, they are rushing straight in to try and pick up some units here. Try and pick up some heroes. They saw the units coming back.
Yeah.
Every pick they can make here is going to be huge, but JX could turn around and potentially hold this here, which is what they're going to start doing now. You see them turning back their heroes, trying to cover. They might sacrifice the sacrificing unit of Halberd here to ensure they get the rest of their units out. One of JX does get picked off.
That's a very clever decision though as a defensive squad though, is obviously just getting the 1 unit in bay there. I don't matter, you don't want to fully commit and lose all your units, so they just put the Halberders there. It slows down YB in the attack there, and eventually they can get themselves into the rest of their units all set up here as they go towards the A zone and cap that.
Buddy as well. See, there's like Kalen running down the stairs towards B. They've already lost 7 of that units. That's a big pick up there. But yeah, that's just showing the experience, like you said, right? JX like, oh crap, they're going to catch us out here. We're going to commit 1 set of blue halberds to hold them back. and then the rest of you guys can just retreat out fully. So smart decision from them. They didn't get overwhelmed. They didn't get caught out with too many units. Just sacrificed one instead of many. So but good pickup still from Buddy. They saw the units retreating from those more shots coming over. As soon as they saw the movement, like go, we're going to catch as much as we can. But Buddy have used half of their artillery almost already on those mortars. So really well played from JX, denying the tower for that first push, wasting a lot of time, and forcing Buddy to slam down a lot of mortars and taking off a lot of their artillery advantage. So.
I think they've used less though than GX did on their attack at this phase, to be honest, because obviously if you look at the position of where GX are at the moment, they're actually looking to defend at C in the supply point at the moment, but whether they change that up here prior to the setup of YB and what they're doing, because they've obviously not used any mortars or that on this secondary wall yet, but if they start to do that, maybe GX will change their decision on which they do on their defence here. But
I see a pike from JX all the way in spawn as well. I don't know if he was picking off a unit there.
Yeah, one of the members of GX does fall there. I don't know where that was actually.
It was up in spawn, so he was back all the way in Buddy's spawn.
Interesting. Kublai actually gets caught out here as well, so there's another hero death that you probably don't want to be losing out on.
But both teams losing a hero here and there, so both teams are still getting these picks where they can.
YB's a little bit slower here than GX where they're kind of set up here. They're not setting it with mortars, but as we speak here, a couple of them are starting to get placed down here, or at least baited to be placed, but not actually finally placing them.
Yeah, we see that JX does have two sets of Zycalian out right now as well, and a Falconetti, so very heavy damage setup there for JX. You can see him put some counter culverins on this top side as well. We do have one or two of Buddies that are going to try and pressure this, so we've got 2 Laser for Everything coming over, and a couple of others that are going to try and pressure these culverins. I
like JX's positions of mortars here as well. They've got some mortars on stairs that are hidden behind the wall, so you can't really target them unless you get another mortar on top of them and you get that ping so that people know where it is. But that's a very good placement here for JX for mortars to try and counter any YB setup.
Yeah, definitely showing their experience here in CBL and just the map in general. You know, a lot of these CNC team, a lot of these CNC members, I know the amount of scrims they put in. It's like a day job to them. So they will be scrimming a lot, learning every single artillery spot possible on these maps. You can see the devastation.
Even got their Falconettis spamming from the sea zone as well. You can see that just raining fire on top of the units here.
Again, that is his second death already. None of Buddy has died, but Kublai has died twice. Not going to see that short bow putting a lot of work there, picking off. Buddy deciding they want to push the accelerator button here. They are going to push down towards this supply. But with the amount of artillery here and the Zycalian,
they were taking a lot
of push this down towards that supply zone. You can see the long shot jumping off the wall here, trying to get towards the supply point to try and take
those from JX. Mostly missing their shots right now, actually. Buddy could get a position down here with their flames. We see the split push from Buddy coming down the backside as well.
Backside of the stairs as well. Yeah, I was just going to say they're coming down, but they're getting spammed by the Falconettis as they're starting to make their way. The Phalanx and Halberdier are getting bombarded as Dunkel falls, and the point that Gav is still surviving on that supply point until he eventually falls. Which actually looks like it's not going in favour of YB here as the sea of blue starts to wipe the floor here with the YB boys, but the B is getting captured. Yeah, B is getting captured.
Coming in, they're not able to do anything on this supply side, but if they can cap B here, this is still good for Buddy, but that is a lot of hero deaths there.
Yeah, do Buddy just cap B here, or do they drop back here because they know that JX has won that fight over towards the supply point side? They're starting to make their way over towards the B zone here, but there's still a unit of Halberdiers fighting. It's too lazy for everything. He's on his own at the moment in time. He's losing out a fight here as well towards the supply point here.
In this period, we're not really fighting as well. Press C and look at the unit trade here. It's not actually that bad. Buddy's still in contention. Most of the difference again is in the tier 1, 2, and 3 units. So Buddy's still in a decent position here. However, they have the hero death to think about. Kublai on those 2 deaths already. If he gets picked off once, he is out of this game. So Buddy need to be really careful. But they probably look at the scoreboard going, oh crap, we lost quite a lot there. But actually, they're pretty even in units still, in the units that matter. So they can still definitely pull out something here. But I'm concerned they're going to be forced into a B push here, which is never what you want to see on this map.
No, definitely not. It's a very difficult area to attack here, just through that tiny small alcove in the wall, and obviously there's 2 directions in which JX can come in from, whereas YB just got to get herself set up here and trying to push in just that one small tight zone. Very difficult ask here, and obviously with the time against them, You've only got 5 minutes left on this clock here by the time you start to make a push and you're set up here. And they're a halfway cap to beat, or almost halfway cap. It doesn't take long to finally cap it, but you have to fight through a horde of units here of GX who are all set up here with Phalanx units and Murmalones.
GX also with 4 sets of cav as well right now, which could do a lot of damage here if
GX is sending AZAPs and some heroes to cap this top supply point here as well. It's just a
smart decision, just denying the control from YB. JX actually with these shields will be MVP for now because they are denying a lot of this damage, but yeah, Buddy are coming in and trying to take this space, but I'm concerned about this cav from JX with a good position. Good flames coming in though from Buddy. Cinetic with a very good flame play here. Such a good choke over here into the cav from JX. Can it get through? It looks like most of it is getting farmed here. Yeah, Buddy with a very clean take, but here comes the cav from JX on the flank from their base point. If the Phalanx isn't watching, the Phalanx is unbraced. Here comes the cav in the back, cleaning up the Rattle Marksman. They won't be able to do much else. Now the Phalanx is braced in the back. Yeah, Buddy cleaning up this fight.
JX are coming back in though from the supply points here with another couple of units of cavalry, but Barbar is there to stop it with a poleaxe. He stuns the units in the middle of the cav charge, and that has been very crucial here for YB to clear the zone and get the wee B zone, which will give them that extra bit of time here as they go towards the C zone, and will continually to take the Slimmer Phalanx with the Treb in the back, and they might actually wipe that whole unit Phalanx here as well.
It's a very clean take, yeah, Buddy. I said it wasn't a great push pushing into B, but they proved me wrong. The Flames of Cinetic there doing so much work into the JX team, and just really they held that point and they farmed it. I mean, the unit still looks similar, but again, you press C. This is now massively in Buddy's favor. 115 tier 5 to 36 and 449 tier 4 to 223. JX have no artillery and Buddy have 10 left. This is going to be a hard hold for JX.
Even in terms of the fights there as well, they did manage to find a good few hero kills there during that battle there as well, which is going to be obviously detrimental towards JX side, but overall it's definitely looking unit-wise in favour of the YB squad here, because a lot of the ones from units that are left available, even though it's 575, a lot of them are the 4-tier units. You've got 2-star, 5-star units here, taking up 270 units worth in this organisation.
A handful of both teams are on 2 deaths as well, so this next fight will most likely decide this game. 4 or 5 from both teams on 2 deaths. JX thinking, we might try a little push here. No, we're going to go back. We're going to pull back to base point, but this is a hard position to hold with 10 artillery and 4 trebs left from YB. They should be able to get a good, strong position here. JX definitely have to try some aggressive push here to try and deal with this, but they do still have a couple of key units, right? They've got a unit of the Cloudwing Cav, the Saranjois Cav, still available, which we have seen do very big wipes, but look at the amount of anti-cav in Buddy right now.
Yeah,
practically
got
all of
so
them have
many Phalanx
anti-cav.
units out and Halberdiers units out. It's pretty much everything in FPGs. You've got everything there set up ready to anti-cav, and a few infantry units ready to kind of compete against that once it comes in. You've even got Cinetic still with Flamers as well, so he's going to look to use them to give that CC ability, obviously with the stuns and the flames. JX starting to make a push though towards the centre here, where it's not really trebable as much compared to the home zone, but
JX do have a couple of Psychalia still alive though. If they can get a good throw onto the flames and break them with that first throw, they could potentially win the fight. But JX trying to get catchy, they're catching spells on the back, but Buddy being aggressive and coming in on the back themselves, trying to catch off. Buddy could just take space on the point here. JX is just giving them control point. Buddy walking into their own treb is not great, but they can just stall off the second bad here holding on.
Turn around, face that with the Phalanx units, and then just send a treb right into the back of the GX units. As it just gets called in, here we go.
Oh, those
going to be a
flames,
massive treb here. Flamers dealing damage as well, and here comes the treb. 3, 2, 1. Units will start to deteriorate here for GX, and that is just so many units lost out on that treb. They have managed to clear the zone for a few seconds, so it's not been capped here. A few heroes on the point. It's just a fight for heroes at the moment in time. They're trying to keep killing as many heroes as possible to make themselves advantage here. So it'll be 13 versus 9 in favour of YB as they start to make towards the home point here and just finishing off the rest of the heroes of GX.
Just that setup with the 4 phalanxes and the flames inside. Cinetic doing wonders with those flames, as he has done in many CBLs before. Really well played there from Buddy. Got a little bit split, and I was scared for a second there that they were going to throw that, because they did split up quite a bit, but they have the advantage. They snowballed the kills on point, forcing JX to suicide to try and stall it, and they do fairly cleanly win that second fight. So what an exciting second game. Yeah, buddy, taking a round from JX, one of very few teams to do so in this entire tournament. Can they pull off any more?
This is exactly what we wanted, though, isn't it? This is exactly what we wanted. This is why it's the finals as well. This is why it's the finals. We want to see both of the teams competing well, and they are already doing so. YB picking up the win there on their attack as well. So yeah, definitely attackers finding a good way into Dassault Fort. But we're going to be moving on towards Ogolia into the next match. Gabba picking up the MVP and MVS for his squad. 83 unit kills, 15 assists. Not a bad effort. He's there with every single fight that's going on pretty much. Gabba was involved wherever he was on the map. Yeah, MVO goes towards Too Lazy for everything. He was doing some good jobs. But your hero killer is Kublai. Did die twice, but we mentioned he died very early twice, but he still got 5 hero kills.
But he came back,
as the Joblade. Yeah, so he came back.
Yeah, that base point picking up a lot of kills there. Shout out to Manu and Synetic, though. Both of them, the Flame players, had some very good positions there. Middle of the board, but still a lot of unit kills there. And we see a lot of assists on both of them as well. So definitely putting a lot of work with those Flames. And JX across the board as well. Still very good job. They obviously had some very good fights there, but just different hero kills again. That second fight on B was really the decider of that game. Just, yeah, buddy, absolutely dominated on that fight. And we can see that from the post-battle analysis if we go there. First fight didn't look great for Yeah Buddy. They lost a few units more there, really. But then that second fight, just the difference. There's almost a 200-unit difference in that second fight.
Yeah,
and even though
pretty much
it looked close in the game, you looked at the unit numbers, but the tiers of units they had left. We saw in that last fight, that was 4 full units of Phalanxes that Yeah Buddy had, going into a lot of green and blue units left over for JX, but still very close. Second, that last fight, JX didn't lose by much, right? But just the tier of units that were left just made a big difference there for snowballing that point, snowballing hero kills, and so really well played across the board.
Did see a different defensive strategy as well from JX compared to what YB did it, so it just shows you, even with different opportunities here, there's different ways of defending. Still, the attackers finding a way through to get the win here on these attacks, but is it going to be the same here going into Algolia? We've said this is a defender favor map here this time. So it's like went from an attacker favor map here potentially to a defender favor map. Is the defense going to win both of these Algolias and take it to grasslands? Or are we going to see an outright domination by any one of these two teams here on Algolia?
Yeah, I would like to see a fucking, grassland. It's actually going to be exciting. It's the finals, so it doesn't hurt to have more games to watch, right? And
always.
Yeah. And also,
grasslands always exciting.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was going to say, grasslands are exciting. Yeah, Buddy has had some very close matchups in grasslands in CBO as well. They almost lost to Nerf Everything in their first match with them in the semi-finals, I want to say it was, where Nerf Everything capped a bit of Yeah Buddy's point, but then Yeah Buddy capped a bit back that none of the casters noticed at the time. So it was very, very exciting matchup for Yeah Buddy there, but they've showed some more dominating rounds after that. I'm excited to see how JX can respond to these Flames now, though, because Yeah Buddy have done a lot of work in these matchups with their Flames, and I don't know if JX has an answer to it.
Yeah, very true. The Flames have been doing some good damage and good work there. Obviously clears the zone, and actually CC helps so much in this game that once you get them stuck in that Flames, there's not much they can do. Even the heroes are stuck at some point where they're physically unable to do anything or even fight back, and you're just pretty much stunned for a bit. It's very difficult to deal with if you're not managing to attack them and get them out of the way. But YB do a very good job of defending them as well, making sure that they are mixed in with the units so that they are not easily picked off.
Yep. For those of you who just joined the streaming, so we're gonna firstly have the CBL Global Finals, and then we're gonna follow it up with the dev stream with roadmap and also the introduction for the new seasons. So let's enjoy the CBL Finals first. And right now, YB and JX is even now, so it's 1-1. And right now we are trying to get to game 3, which is gonna be the siege of Algolia. So like we said, in the first map, which is Dassault, it's actually a more attacker favorite. So we can see that both attackers, took up the game. So for Algolia, any more predictions?
It's a hard one because Algolia, for us in the Western side at least, has not been played in a tournament for a very long time because most people hate this map. Is what I've seen.
Wow.
So, I would say it's more defender favored, but it's quite a slow map. You know, it's quite easy to hold walls on this map, so I imagine both teams will probably be destroying towers and trying to full hold on the walls of B. But it's a very long wall as well, so we might see some little flank climb ups that can get some position. You know, they can cap the supply on the C side on the front wall that can allow them to spawn there as the attackers. So there's definitely a few positions we can see some things happening, but it's going to be really down to fast rotations from the defenders. So it's all in the attackers' hands to take control of that and try and snowball the win.
Yep. Definitely.
And I see people asking around, drops and any rewards. Yeah, of course, we're gonna give out some game codes in the dev stream part. So please stay tuned, and then I think it's gonna be right after the CBL finals. Right. So take into consideration the first two teams. So do you guys have any comments on like which team is more into the condition? Like any psychological changes you can tell from the behaviors?
I would
think
say
they both be kind of happy.
game.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna
go. Carry on, Mark, first.
Yeah, I think they'll be very much even. Probably both expecting it to be a difficult job on the defense. Probably none of them were really expecting to win the defense going into it, because they know how difficult it can be on this map. It's always about changing up the strategy and maybe finding something that nobody else has really found a counter to. But at this stage in the game, of the experience of both of these teams, there has always been a way to get into this one, and obviously using all the artillery as an attacker kind of favours him for the most part. But yeah, this going into this next one, I think both teams will be looking to find something that's slightly different on the attack, because you have to change it up on a goalie. It's such a defender favoured map that you have to do something different. You have to send some either Joe Blades in the back who are going to be able to cap a supply, give yourself an opportunity to get a flank in the back, or maybe even grab some like wall advantage, because as soon as you get onto the walls, that's when you've got to try and build up. Obviously, trying to get up there is hard, but if they can take out the siege towers as the defenders, then it's a difficult ask here for the attackers. But they will eventually get up there. There's plenty of time on the map, and nobody tends to defend the A zone. But maybe somebody does this time around. But with CBL rules and only 3 lives, you don't really want to get caught out too much on A.
Yeah, I'm still excited to see how JX can respond to the Flames, because Buddy dominated them in that fight on B in that last matchup. I would say Buddy had a stronger performance on their attack there than JX did, retrospectively speaking. So JX have got to be trying something different here, and we already saw how much they adapted from game 1 to game 2. So will we see that adaptation again? Because JX weren't really playing any Flames, and they seem to be struggling to deal with Buddies.
Yeah, indeed. We will see how JX will counter back for the Flames. So right now we can see the game 3 is actually loading. So we are about to get to the new stage.
Yeah, as you said that as well, their Temple looking at this, there's definitely different setups. Definitely different setups going into JX, bringing up Balkanites and some Flamers in their squad here as well. So they're changing up a little bit here and seeing if they can bring a different defense strategy towards it.
Yeah, more green cav coming out from Buddy now as well. We saw they weren't really relying on that as much last time. So maybe we'll see some interesting spicy moves here. Although they are attacking now though, so it's not going to see a Sally or anything like that, but more green cav is definitely an interesting choice.
I always find it interesting bringing green units in general. Yes, they're kind of filler units, but when you got the option to bring 3 sets of purple units over 2 purple units and 2 green, I don't understand the logic in my head sometimes, but obviously the green cav could be that distraction, trying to kind of delay things.
It's a lot of high damage, right? If you can get a pick on those hero kills in CBL, it's such a huge pick off. And the green shields, we've seen a lot of teams using these. They're just a good damage sponge, basically. They tank so much damage with those green shields, so they can end up winning you fights just from how much they tank. But we still see very heavy phalanx setup as well for Buddy, as we kind of expected. We see the Falcos again for JX. And we've got to be thinking they're doing a tower hold here. It's such an easy map to do it on. But how will Buddy respond to that?
Yeah, definitely a difficult thing to respond to if they're just defending all the walls and the towers here. But see what they do as we get into this match here.
Yeah, we're seeing lots of artilleries from both sides.
Definitely. The attackers, obviously, and the defenders are on this map. It's actually one of the few maps in this that has got plenty of artillery for both teams that are already out on the battlefield before they get the chance to use it. Obviously, the main A zone's got like multiple culverins that can take out siege towers. You've got the ones at the very back walls, and then the second set of walls as well. You've got uses of artillery straight up already built in the map. So that's a good thing if you're the defenders, but also the attackers have mortars which tend to be taken out very early on, which could be very good if you keep hold of them, but nobody can really destroy the culverins quick enough on this map here to stop the mortars being hit.
Yeah, one thing to shout out here is that the setup of Gabba, Java, and who's on the end, Sexy Kebab on the right-hand side here of Yeah Buddy have completely cleaned this wall in seconds on the right side. Left side, not so good, but at least they've cleaned this right side off completely, which will force JX to build artillery sooner than they may have wanted to. These towers obviously already almost dead, which we expect. Like you said, there's a lot of artillery on this map, but yeah, really good clearance from the Yeah Buddy team on this right-hand side to start with. But what are they going to be able to do now? With these towers going down so quickly, they've got to start climbing with pressure or something, because these towers are going to be killed 2 or 3 more times yet, just to kill that.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one thing. You've got 8 minutes to take a zone here. Normally, it won't be defended for long. Once the artillery is all gone up there, they tend to drop it and you get yourself in. But whether they decide to push towards the A zone quickly enough here if you're the attacking side, because you want to gain that extra time, right? And you want to be able to make sure that you can also get your siege towers up on the wall, because otherwise you're not really going to get anywhere other than going through the main gate of the castle walls, and that's a very difficult task to ask as well for, because JX will be in a great position to flank them from both sides.
Especially with the Falconettes as well. We see a couple of JX building these spots we've seen before on CBL, so up in that gatehouse position you can build some culverins and clean the towers on the B side. We see multiple culverins on the B side as well you can't really clear unless you are climbing up or building a mortar. I want to see everybody's under pressure. We also do see actually the slingers from this season on the B side for JX. They do some tower damage.
Yeah, definitely. This far left-hand side tower is definitely going to make it, though I don't think it's dealt enough damage to be taken down anymore. But so you will see one siege tower making its way. It's not really a very crucial one unless you're going towards that supply point. Obviously GX have got units there ready prepared for it, but will YB looking to attack that supply point here and gain advantage on top of the wall here and inside the city walls, or will they just try to make sure that the right hand siege towers towards B make their way towards the wall, because we're sending trebs constantly to deal some damage, and that glaive is just going to get away his life as the treb comes in.
I love this play from JX here, though. Sorry to interrupt there, but they're using these slingers to kill the mortars on the B side of Yeah Buddy. So they just took down both mortars with these slingers and a musket bomb. It's a really good denial from them. We see a good treb here coming in from Yeah Buddy. Now that they're on that tower on the other side, they can pull the treb in, which should be able to kill that culverin. Yep, and picks up the slingers. So these B towers will most likely hit. The inner one might die, but the outer B tower should reach here. Unless they start building
being
small
spammed by the Falconettes. They're in a great spot here, and I wonder if any of the players are going to notice that, because you do see the glaive player down here from YB looking to set up a mortar that's going to be able to attack them. That's Kebab here, but he's eventually got the mortar up, and this is going to be a shot coming the way towards the Falconettes. If he can target them straight off the rip, he does hit them.
Doesn't kill any of them.
No. That's the thing, mortars do damage, but they move that Falconet out of the way. And that will make it
just
that
to
extra few seconds.
Those in chat right now talking about giveaways, there'll be giveaways in the second half of this stream when the devs start doing their roadmap. So bear with us while we finish the CBL finals here between the West and the East. Yeah Buddy versus JX. And we'll get some sweet giveaways afterwards.
That
tower actually hits.
Minuscule
1 health left and it hits.
I'm going to say that's all down to Kebab's setup of the mortar, and A will be getting capped for free here for YB, going to give them that extra bit of time.
Just disrupting the Falcos, stopping them from shooting for that couple of seconds was all it took for that. They're going to try and hit this other tower, there's no way this doesn't hit now. And JX are now looking in a worrying position artillery-wise. They have 3 artillery left. This tower should hit, and Yeah Buddy still have 20 and 9 trebs. Although actually, the units retreating from the tower. They have enough time to kill this now.
Yeah, they're actually gonna get it. The Falconettes
Who swapped their unit?
Who
swapped their unit?
Very silly.
Yeah, but he completely trolled that. Whoever had the palace guard swapping his unit so they retreated when the tower hadn't hit the wall yet. That is unlucky for the Yeah Buddy team. What a mistake to make there. And that's just...
Meanwhile, the A zone get
Right.
captured there, and we're going to get up towards 8 minutes here now for the units on YB here to try and make towards the next zone, which is going to be B, is the closest one to attack towards. I'm assuming that's where they're going to go and try to focus their attack here, as they're going to have to wait for that other siege tower. Or do they just push with the 2 siege towers that are currently on the wall at the moment?
They're going to have to wait and push this tower, right? There's no way they push up 1 tower. That was such an unfortunate mistake there from your buddy retreating that unit, because no one died, so the guy pulled it off unless he'd lost enough that he couldn't push anymore.
Maybe
that is a rookie mistake to make on pushing these towers, which is now going to delay them another, what, minute and a half, 2 minutes this tower to hit. It takes so long for these towers to push on Algolia.
Yeah, there's such a long distance to travel. You've got obviously all these culverins that are set up here from GX, plus the Falconettis, plus the slingers that were helping out, and the musket players, all doing damage to that prior to it getting near the wall, and then it was just not enough time here because they take the units off.
Yeah. The last 3 artillery from JX they built on B after that first tower, or to kill that first tower, but now the second one's going to die as well. So yeah, buddy, are in a really rough position now. They're going to be forced to pushing up 1 tower.
So quickly.
Yeah, 3 culverins plus all the units there. They've got axe raiders there throwing at it. They've got the muskets bombing it as well. It's going to do a lot of damage. You do see a couple of buddy that climbed up and are trebbing now, but yeah, buddy, you just shoot this tower in the back and kill it. There we go. They have done so, but this has wasted so much time here.
Yeah, the Treb finds one of the culverins there, but still 2 culverins up, and still units and still players. So GX able to deal damage to that siege tower as the time starts to tick away. All in favour of GX here as the defending side here of Algolia.
Definitely. If buddy can kill 1 more of these culverins, they should be clean to get up. But you see him trying to get up on the wall and do a bit of poke, but Pike jumps off there at the end. The 1 culverin is down. So this next tower should hit, but this is going to leave them with so little time to do anything here.
See, he's actually been
captured
captured for a second, though. I don't know who
cheeky little
that
cap
is.
by the Pike in there.
The one thing about the Algolia is you can't go very high up in the map. For the spectator views, it was very difficult to see a bird's eye view of the fight.
Cinetic trying to get a bit of cap over there. Does do a little bit, draw some attention.
Might move a few players away,
actually,
but JX not really
JX
changing
still
too
have
much.
a second culverin over here from the start that didn't get killed, so they might still have enough damage to kill this.
Yeah, this is why Algolia isn't really picked very often, right? Let's be honest. In terms of most people playing it, they're like, there's not really much tact or fights going on very early on. It takes a good amount of time before anything action
That was really half
happens
health.
if they manage to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes
Still
in.
2 culverins up there. Yeah, 5 minutes left. This tower I think will fall before it hits as well, because buddy are not climbing to pressure or anything. They're trying to build small mortars now, but I think it's too late.
Man.
Yeah,
And they've still got Falconettis out here as well, and the axe raiders.
It's strange considering this was a YB pick here as well. Like, this was their map pick, and so far not found a way to even get into an engagement at this moment in time. All the engagements we've seen is individual heroes trying to make their way up towards the siege zone, and some players trying to get on that siege tower.
Yeah, if they don't get enough time, it doesn't really matter how many units are left, and then you don't even get the chance to summon them.
Yep, exactly that.
Yeah, they have to take a fight in the next minute or so, or there's just going to be 1 fight and the game's over. And JX obviously in a better position without being the defenders. They can hold that position with flames, I think. It looks like, buddy,
siege
just trying to split. So we see
as well.
a heavy rotation to this left-hand side of the map.
I think they have to go now.
JX
It's
are
only 4 minutes.
aware of it.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Only 1 of
to
the towers hit on this side as well.
steps, yeah, they didn't even start pushing the other set of siege towers on this left side, so I don't know what the plan is here now for YB, because they're split both sides here, looking to make up the siege tower, and is the left side that might be the more valuable side to start off with, because if they get a supply point, they can summon a set of units and completely wipe the GX sides coming from that area. But can they get some ground going forward here up top of the siege tower?
Everybody doing a good job of taking out the Zycalian there of JX. Only 2 left now in that group. They did get a big throw in first, but now buddy has the advantage with their Zycalian in 8 units left in that. A lot more JX having to rotate over because they started losing this fight, which means buddy might want to get position on B here. There's still a big setup of JX on B.
It's a lot of pressure coming in from JX on this far left-hand side, but they'll push up that right side siege tower, trying to be quite crucial for them as well. If they keep that momentum going, that can stop anybody coming back into it. They can grab the
Buddy trying to reinforce on this B side. They should be able to win this B side fight. That's 2 sets of phalanxes on B side, holding off. Doing work here. We do see a cheeky little cap on C, but buddy being wiped on the C side. They need to get position on this B side to start capping this point before the rest of it. JX start rotating over.
They're definitely winning this fight on this B side, but C side is about to fall from overlay here. There's a few more units trying to come up here to determine and slow them down as much as possible. They're trying to send in the trebs here as well with the C side, and all the respawners are coming in with their units coming from that C spawn, the supply point, and they're just going to swarm all the way towards B.
From Yeah Buddy to hold this. They should be able to start storming at this point, but there's still some JX storming with 2.5 minutes yet left. Yeah Buddy should be able to respawn and start getting some control here. But I don't think they need to open the front gate, have they? No, front gate is closed, so they can't come back to their units. They have to go to this inside tower. And the problem Yeah Buddy right now, they have to hold the choke while also trying to clean the point, which is such a hard position to be in. Their rejoiners need to come in fast, and we see them trying to sprint up, but this fight is going to get cleaned up on the
cavalry charge coming in from
cab.
JX, wipes the units there. There's nothing left here for Yeah Buddy on this B side, and that's going to be a completely domination on that B fight for JX because they've got all the respawners coming back in from that left supply point.
It's only 2 minutes in. I mean, the clock is ticking, and as the time keeps squeezing, I mean, like, it's likely that YB will make some mistakes. It's just hard.
Yeah, YB sending one unit Harbiers up here who instantaneously get wiped up that siege tower, so there's another unit lost, but with 1 minute and 42 seconds left on the clock, it's just a full push towards the B point side here on the siege tower, but there's really
They
nothing.
still do have time. Right? There is enough time left, but with the position they're in, it's not looking good. It's going to be so hard. We already see a lot of deaths, a lot of hero deaths on the YB side. 3 players.
Here comes the flame.
Here come the flames, though, like you said, which could be the turning point in this fight. We don't see any special units here from JX, so yeah, but if they can clean this fight enough, have enough time to get through to the next point, they have a lot of phalanx to hit over the cab as well. They can snowball this fight. They can rather than falling down first. It's not what we want to see from Yeah Buddy. Here comes the flame from JX as well, and they get a good throw.
No treads being used here because obviously it would be in the same area in which YB are trying to attack them, and there's nothing really they can hit at this point in time, but the flamers are doing some work and the heroes are starting to notice that. JX are jumping in the back here, and the Maul is trying to wipe the flamers here as he falls off the siege tower.
Really big Psychalian throw there from the JX team. Leading up this fight with the captain as well, so really clean hold there from the JX. And Yeah Buddy have to start thinking, if we hadn't messed up on that tower push, that second tower had hit, but they stopped pushing it. I don't know if someone changed their unit or if there just wasn't enough left to push. It was hard to see, but that cost them this game.
Yeah, we already said it at the start of this matchup that Ogoli is very defender favoured with the amount of artillery available to take out these long siege towers that take such time to get up to that wall. You definitely need to hit a couple on one side to even be in with a chance of taking any of these zones up on the wall.
Oh, definitely. Definitely right. But one thing that chat needs to be bearing in mind now, right, is when you do a full tower hold like this, it will look more one-sided than the other one time when defenders win like that, right? If they deny the towers longer, because it forces the attacks into bad positions to try and get that push. So this will look like a one-sided matchup. But Yeah Buddy didn't do that bad in some of those fights. They got off some good picks there, but then they just got forced into a bad matchup. And we saw how well they did in the previous 2 games. This is just how these kind of defenses go on maps like this, especially with Godo, which is why a lot of teams don't like it. It's quite easy to do a full tower hold, which forces your opponent as the attackers into some bad situations. So,
yeah, there's so much time
fantastic job here. Well. Really did a great job of delaying those towers and did a great job of holding that point. Yeah, but he tried to get this flank push off with C and the B push at the same time. Got control of B, but couldn't get their rejoiners in because the spawns are so far away. And again, this is why a lot of teams don't like this map. But can Yeah Buddy pull this round out? It is only 2-1 to JX. Yeah Buddy can still come back by winning the next round.
Yeah,
let's
like
go
we said,
to
defender favourite. Yeah, I was going to say defender favourite. It could well be their way. Sexywa gets his MVP for his side, but yeah, nothing really major in terms of the battles because there was really only 2 major battles taking place, and that was near the end here when there's only around about 4 minutes left on the clock. We eventually see the fights taking place, and on the grand scheme of things, it was pretty even, though not too majorly one-sided in the grand scheme of things, considering the position that YB were in. The final one, obviously, at the end here, the final push was a massive difference in terms of units because they were all getting caught out individually as heroes because so many people with so much travel distance they had to get from their respawn. But overall, yeah, there's not really much you can do when the time is against you as the attackers, because if they didn't get the siege towers up, that definitely makes a massive difference. Good hero kills here as well from a couple of the players from GX. One of the dual blades there down with 6 hero kills as well. So he was finding some good kills with the dual blade, as they're expected to be doing as the assassin of the team.
Yeah, and also it's not only about the casualties anymore. I mean, in the second half, I mean, it doesn't really matter how many units are left.
No, definitely not. 4 minutes left on the clock. It's difficult to take any point with that point. If you've got one siege tower up, it's even more difficult. And if you're just getting stuck in the one zone, which GX were able to hold off for as long as possible, they weren't even be able to get trebbed at the end there as well, because the position that they were in, if the treb did come in, there was a couple of available at the end there, but it would have dealt so much damage to the YB squad as well, though, so they wouldn't have been able to do that because it would have just wiped them even quicker on that zone. So yeah, it was very clever positioning for GX, and then obviously winning their fight towards that supply point gained them that advantage here as well to come back in with another set of units to then bolster the defense towards the B zone.
Yeah, I think actually 5 minutes is actually the magic number. I mean, if you start the first wave around like 5 minutes, then you still get a chance. If you got wiped out for the first wave, then you can still come back. But if anything below this is actually dangerous because you don't have enough time to even respawn your heroes.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult thing to be dealing with when it's time-based. But we're going to see the same here as YB going to be able to hold as strongly as GX is. If they do, they manage to take it to a grasslands finale here in the final. So we're going to wait and see how this goes for this global CBL finals. Asia versus West. So far, Asia with match point in their hands. Can they win it? And can they find a way into Ogolia on the siege here for the attack? We're going to have to wait and see, because this is where it's going to be interesting now. Have they got a different strategy to fight Ogolia on the attack? Do you think so, Temple? Do you see it going 3-1?
I'm interested to see what JX can do here. Ogolia, I think, my understanding of the pick, right, it's a pick that no one really wanted to see. And we see a lot of people in chat saying, why pick Ogolia if you're going to lose it? It's a safe map to go 1-1 on. It is a very defender-favorite map, as we said, with killing towers can take so long. I've got to give the defense to Yeah Buddy here. We've seen how well they've played with holding towers and doing flame setups as well. There's a lot of chokes on this map, like you saw then when we get good flames in. They had that push onto B towards the end, which did fantastic work with flames, but then got countered by Zycadian. They'll be in an even better position as defenders, right? I really want to see JX pull out something with this is just going to shock everyone, basically. Some kind of strat they're going to pull out, which is just going to be like, what the hell was that? Oh my god, it works. This is amazing. But I think if they don't do something like that, I feel like Yeah Buddy just has the advantage here on the defense. We'll go to, and it's going to go into a match on grassland then.
Speaking of that, like you said, with this map being obviously an easy enough map here as the defenders to make it a 1-1 scenario, do you think YB were playing for it to be a grasslands finale then, by the way, the map choices have been picked?
Yeah, grasslands finale.
I think,
no, but do you reckon they played for it?
Yeah, guys, I think obviously,
I think so.
GX did a very good job to gut down all those siege towers. But do you think YB can do anything better in the last match?
I mean, that last matchup, they made the mistake of not having that tower hit, right? They stopped pushing it when it was about to hit the wall, and I feel like they could have had better usage of their mortars in front of A and B, or in front of B, sorry, because they stopped shooting them when that tower died the second time. It felt like they kind of gave up for a bit while they were trying to decide what to do. So I feel like they just kind of went, oh, what do we do? And that's when JX built their other 3 Colvins and then cleared the next tower again. So Yeah Buddy could have been a lot more aggressive there, built more mortars, because what does it matter, right? I think they were trying to save some for later on, but if you can't even take B, then what's the point in saving the artillery for later on, right? So just build it to get the tower to hit. Take that first stage first. I think they were trying to think too far ahead. But they're definitely in a better position on the defense now with this tower hold. They know the spots. They were trying to counter them the best they could that time. They couldn't quite, and so they got a bit pushed through, but they know a lot of good spots for artillery on this map, and I think they can do this tower defense just as well as JX then.
To be fair, we're about a second or two off of it being even more difficult for YB on that attack there if it wasn't for Sexy, but I was dropping that mortar that did it stall the Falconets for a wee bit longer. Imagine they didn't do that then, that would have been even more difficult to try and put even any fight into the battle, because they'd only had 1 siege tower up at that point in time, and it would have been very, very difficult for YB to even think about an attack at that point in time. So they got well off with that one. Maybe they should have done it earlier with another one to try and stop that second siege tower falling. Obviously, they pulled a unit off, and that's where it kind of didn't work out for them. And maybe they couldn't because they had no units able to push it at that point in time because they'd lost so many. But we're going to find out what JX have here in the attack here as we go into Ogolia for the attack.
We are about to get to game 4. And it's 2-1 favorite to JX, but I mean, it's not enough world. So YB is playing defenders this time.
When we see if anybody can take any Falcos out here. They haven't really played. They did play one earlier, didn't they? In the first match.
Yeah, Drunko had one set up in the first matchup, but we're not seeing anything.
They've got to be going for a wall hold, right? Like, what else can you do on this map? But don't actually go for flames here. What they might do is let one tower hit and try and farm them in the tower, because that's more Buddy playstyle. And the fact they're not taking Falcos makes me think that's what it's going to be. We see 3 sets of flames here for Buddy, but still full culverins, so...
Yeah, the culverins will do enough work if you position them well enough, I guess. And obviously at the very start there's so much artillery on the map to get the first wipe out straight away. But yeah, very difficult.
Yeah, Tower Hall could work quite well here if they play it well. But JX, I think, have seen this coming. They have a lot of shield units that can just push through the heavy pike setup that Buddy have. They have 1 set of flames, which is a concern, but they do have 3 sets as Arcane, and we saw in the last matchup on that tower they had a good throw which completely wiped the flames of Buddy. So if they can do that again, they can win the fight on the tower. But Buddy definitely looks in a more controlling position here to do this tower hold, which I think they...
Have I lost connection to you? I can hear you there. It felt like I just lost you.
Yeah. Some tech problems. Anyway.
Let's go into this first match and see, because Buddy did a fantastic job of cleaning off the wall at the start as well. Let's see if JX can do the same thing on the right hand side.
Yeah, let's see what we do. We've obviously got limited time here. Defenders are at an advantage straight off the rip here with the amount of time that you have on Ogolia and the amount of defensive strategies you can have here for this matchup. So we'll wait and see if YB can take this to 2-2 and take it to a Grasslands finale here in the CBL finals of the Global Championship here.
Instant trap there from JX taking out those 2 Coven, but Buddy actually starting to win the Coven fight on the right hand side of the map from the attacker's point of view. He took out one at the start and JX have just dropped it straight away. JX might be going for a fast aggressive push here on the right hand side. They're not shooting any of the artillery on the back.
Yep, they're sending plenty of the units and heroes straight up onto that wall here. They're going straight up the ladders. They're going to try and get an advantage here. Obviously, they don't want to lose their lives as well.
With the cav up here.
We can bait people up there as much as possible to stop them firing them culverins. Could be the strategy for GX.
Yeah, and if you can just, like you said, deny it, try and get the first tower to hit. It doesn't matter if you die once here, you get the tower to hit. I like this aggressive play from GX. It's very different. I think they're trying to climb AZAPs up here as well. You know, they do the buff while climbing, but...
They're grabbing A, and there's already a hero on B at this point in time as well here, so he's going to be picked off, though it's a shot shot trying to stay alive on B.
Not really doing anything here at the moment, Buddy. We do see more trebs coming in from JX.
Yeah, but he's not being able to deal any damage really to these siege towers yet at the moment in time, and all 4 siege towers are making their way towards the wall as it is being capped at the same time here as well, so they're going to get that extra bit of time. But they've also got siege towers that have got halfway towards the wall. And why be going to set up any of that?
I've seen what Buddy are doing, Mark. They're doing the same as the Hidden City strat. They are taking out all the trebs right now. They've taken out 2, another one's about to fall. They're going to let these towers hit and do a full wall hold with no trebs. This could work very well for Buddy if they can kill more of these.
Very interesting strategy once again. That treb position here.
Another treb going down. This is what they did so well on Hidden City this entire CBL. They just cleared all the trebs and just full wall held, and they know the strength of this. So this is playing to Buddy's hands. JX probably thinking what the hell's going on, but they've only got 4 trebs left. One more's about to fall, and another one's about to fall as well. So there's only going to be 3 left. There we go. 4 left at the moment, but one is 1 health on the left-hand side. But still has 4
you reckon the treb's going to be the swing thing of the change, but obviously with the be able to get up on the wall, I think that's more important. Surely not for GX. They get on the wall within the trebs, alright?
Yeah, but having a disadvantage of cav though. Buddy will have the cav advantage and the flame advantage because they can hold their position and JX push into them. We do see JX with some aggressive mortar players on A, which is lovely. But JX now have 2 trebs left. And Buddy are still shooting them, but the tower has now hit. JX could do a fast aggressive push here, and I don't know if Buddy are in position for this.
No, they're kind of all set up here. The heroes are all individually set up, but there's not really any units set up to kind of defend any of these zones yet, but they're not pushing up any siege towers yet, so it's not so bad. If you're YB, you can now start to set yourself up. You've destroyed most of the trebs here. There's only 2 left available.
Yeah, 2 left, and they're going to be going down soon.
Less damage on the points, but yeah, like he says, they've got the cav advantage here if you're Buddy, but you've seen the GX setup. They have plenty of halberdiers, they've got plenty of IPGs, and they're looking to have an anti-cav set up straight off the rip here, so maybe cav doesn't even come into favour here for YB, considering the position you are on the map. It's going to have to take a good break to make that advantage count.
Could be hard, but a good Zykin and a good flame setup can do wonders here. And we see these Trebs kind of trying to pick off some more Cauldrons, but will they be able to kill it? No.
Yeah, the
There's only
mortar
2
doing
Trebs
some
left, so they
damage
don't
here
kill
as
that
well from
Cauldron.
GX.
Yeah, but he may even drop B here as well and just hold inside.
Yeah, they can't use Trebs to destroy the walls. They're going to have to use their artillery. B's dropped, and GX start to make their way up towards this far right-hand side siege tower, and they also start making their way up the left siege tower towards the supply point side. As YB fully get back inside of the castle walls in the second set of castle walls, looking to defend the next area, but YB's going to have a lot more time to deal with it on the defense here now, as GX will start to cap B and can have that extra amount of time going in towards the goalie here. Where's the
I do
defensive
like this
stances
from
gonna
buddy, but it is risky. There's only 2 Trebs left for JX. Would have been nice if buddy had focused one on the other and killed it rather than leaving 2 on low health. But they've again forced JX to build 13 of their mortars already, or their artillery. They're now out. They get moved to the next stage. They might fall back again. Just force them to build 10, 15 artillery again, then fall back into a defense point. It is risky as hell, but it's trying to get their advantage in the artillery on the favor of buddy.
Yeah, definitely a very difficult ask here if you are YB to defend this, but if anybody's going to do it, YB has this opportunity, and we can see if they can find that way around the strategy, and can it work for them as Drop Dead eventually falls here. The first hero to die is Cinetic in this matchup, but so far not really a full engagement being had yet on this map here.
2 more artillery going down from JX again. Buddy do still have 1 artillery left, because they might use the Cauldron to counter some artillery here, but they have definitely a defensive setup here, but JX still have the artillery advantage, and if they build a lot here, buddy can just fall back again and give them this position. Buddy getting a few halberds caught here, which is not what you want to see.
Yeah, the heroes of the short swords are trying to stay alive here as well, because there's so many GX heroes here looking to deal some damage to the heroes that are defending, but they are starting to get away from the fight here to make sure that they don't fall in this battle.
And this is the strength of playing Phalanx as well, right? They can tank a mortar shot or 2 before you can fall back. That blue shield can tank that damage.
Yeah. That's the thing, I don't feel like mortars deal enough damage in general to like merit, unless you've got multiple damages doing it and the units stay in the same spot more than 1 shot, because the majority of the time once your units hit,
JX almost getting quite a position
that
out of one of their baskets. Doesn't manage to get out. It's just wasting time, right? So buddy doing a smart decision here, just wasting time. JX are building more RT, they're not really hitting much at the moment. We see buddy's troops on 1-1-1-1. Let's see if many more fall down before JX decide to push. And the unit difference is pretty big in favor of JX. Buddy have lost a few units here and there.
Yeah, the mortars and the trap shots and stuff that did hit eventually at the start, but overall I don't think it's too difficult of an ask here for YB, but like I said, there's only 1 area into this map here, potentially 2 once you break the gates down, but...
Well, actually, having said that, I think buddy have actually killed more units because they killed some Circe at the start. It's just a difference in setup. A lot more tier 5 on buddy's side, which is taking up that space.
JX starting to move towards the towers here on the right hand side here, climbing up the ladders, and they're going to try and find the gain advantage on this wall
rough
here.
spot to push into, though. We see those 2 Trebs landing, but they have a lot of mortars over here. They can still shoot the walls. If they bait buddy into out of position here, with all these mortars they have that can shoot up. Buddy
Exactly. They've got the Blues coming in here, the mortar shots coming in, and it's about a good fight on this stairwell here.
It's just 1 shield here, just baiting them up pretty hard. You see an AZAP over as well, but they're not
AZAP's behind it as well, but the Treb's going to deal some damage on. That's going to be on a good set of units here. There's Phalanx in there, there's Palace guards.
Units down from buddy, but JX still not over committing to this. They got to rotate breach it, but buddy do have flames in position.
Yeah, JX starting making their way towards the gateway as well on the breach side.
They're going to try and force this breach, but these flames from buddy can be huge here. They're in position.
You've got an Adachi cap and D as well here.
Wait, no, those are Dunkel's flames and he died. Buddy have no flames here, that is huge. Dunkel got picked off and his flames were retreating, but the marksman here can do a lot of work. But this is definitely going to be in JX's favour. Buddy's still on that wall with a lot of their units. Dunkel dying there and losing those flames is a huge error there on the side of buddy. Not having those axe raiders coming
still available though, so I think he gets lucky.
But this fight though has just been a pretty bad trade for Yeah Buddy, but they can come back as they have close spawns, but I mean, a lot of Yeah Buddy
making
heroes
their way
down.
towards the C zone now, and this is going to be a sea of red making their way towards C, and there's only one hero on the point here trying to defend it, and I don't think he's going to be able to stay there long enough.
Versus the world with his halberds, this is not going to be going well for him, but he can delay for a bit as Glaive. But with Merms coming in as well, it's going to do a lot of work. That's where we see these Merm pick from JX. Just really counters that Yeah Buddy setup with the heavy halberds and the heavy pikes.
The delay was not long enough though for Sexy Babs. He falls, and there we go. You see the C zone now being capped here and D simultaneously, which means the amount of time that we've got left here to attack the holder is going to make it really difficult for YB to defend this here.
Yeah, how much can Yeah Buddy pick off here though? But we do see JX really just adapting and countering to these Rattan marksmen. I think Yeah Buddy just lost both of their marksmen now, at least most of them. They had an Axe Raider going into one and now this short sword killing the rest of the other. Really big pickoffs there, but the Flames is still available. Flames still available from Yeah Buddy, can do a lot of work here. They can get one good fight here with some Flames around, they might be able to do something. That's what they're going to try and do here to try and get some play, but the base point is open. The D setup from JX could snowball the base here, but Yeah Buddy trying to take a fight here. These Flames can do a lot of work, but they're getting instantly dove by two heroes from JX. Flames down to still 4-4 at the moment. With Dunkel's Flames in there, but they are doing a lot of work on this fight.
JX making a move towards the home zone. There's that cap in the home zone while the fight's going on over there, and there's double the amount of units left available for JX.
Yeah, this will be a clean up here for Yeah Buddy, but this base point is not looking good for Yeah Buddy. JX do respawn here on C, and Yeah Buddy are just going to their base point. Yeah, they're trying to take this fight. They know if they don't win this fight, they lose the game, but they're going to lose the game at this rate anyway. They need to rotate that fastest base point. We see one pike going into delay, should be able to hold long enough for the longsword and the rest of the team to come over. But that is a lot of Yeah Buddy's base point that has been capped.
JX down to 2 seconds left to cap.
Here comes the rest of Yeah Buddy.
Just coming in.
Just seen up these worms on the side with the cap and two Buddy's heroes, but that is about 2 seconds needed to cap at that point. This is not a good position for Yeah Buddy to be.
You've got 2 seconds of your JX to cap it. There's 11.5 minutes to take your time to do it as well. So they are picking off the heroes as well, and they're working their way towards this win. This could be a 3-1 win here if they do it, and that's exactly what you predicted at the very start of the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be too wishful thinking here, but if you actually look at the units when you press C, it's not the worst. There's still like 400 units that are tier 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, Buddy still have a decent core of tier 5 and 4 units. They could potentially pull something out here. Let's look at the hero deaths now as well if we press tab. I don't think there's anyone dead 3 times.
No, Flare Star's died
one of Yeah Buddy on 2 though.
Yeah, Mixu, Cinetic, all on 2. You've got Lazy for everything on 2.
We still have Flames left. We have a full set of Flames for Yeah Buddy. If they can get in a good position with these, they can still turn this around, but that is all of the artillery now coming down for JX. Yeah Buddy know they need to push Britain.
JX coming with a car charge with their spear player here coming in the side of the IPGs who are not paying attention. The charge goes right the way through the IPGs.
These Flames though are doing a lot of work. There's only one Phalanx in front of them and they will get dove pretty quickly. Only 3 Flames now left. 5 Flames already dead.
We need to keep an eye on that point as well because there's only 2 seconds.
Good Psychalian throw from JX to clean off those Flames. It's not looking good for Yeah Buddy getting completely wiped from the fight, but they have to take the fight there. If they start, they will die out to artillery.
Exactly that, and there's the 1
there
2 seconds. There is
the final.
That's GG.
JX taking the win 3-1 against Yeah Buddy. But Yeah Buddy still taking a match from them and taking some good fights as well, really showing that they can win some of these fights here. So Yeah Buddy still have to be happy with that outcome there. You know, taking a game from JX who had only lost 2 games in the entire CBL so far is still a pretty big win for Yeah Buddy in my books. But fantastic plays from JX, really showing the experience and just the strength in their team.
Yeah,
so really well played, and GG to JX there.
Shows the strategy is completely different from both sides here on this defense. We say it's in a defensive favoured map here, but taking out the Culverins to destroy the Trebs wasn't the right decision potentially. Maybe it was, it just didn't work out well enough for them as GX managed to find a way in to the B zone, off to all siege towers up on the wall, and it did make a massive difference. Looking at that analysis here as well, you could just see where the fights kind of came down to. It was pretty even the second fight, but the first fight, definitely a lot more units lost here for YB going into the battle, and near the end it had nothing really left. It looked like it was quite good in terms of units because obviously GX had plenty of lower tier units, but in the grand scheme of things. They had all the zones and they had all the map control. They were able to come in from the the D side, start capping home point while the main fight was going on towards the C zone, and that's just turned the battle because with 2 seconds left on the clock to take it, with 11 minutes, it's a very difficult task to defend that with the limited amount of units and heroes that you have available to fight it. It's difficult.
Yeah. I love the playstyle from Buddy though. They weren't scared to fight. A couple of the games, I mean, even the game they won on their attack right, they lost that first fight, but they came back strong and they said, no, we know where we want to fight, we know where we want to take this win, and they did in the second game. And even in this game, I liked their different strat, right? Just the difference that they were coming across with and what they were trying to do, what they're trying to attempt. But Dunkel getting picked off on that wall and then losing those flames to the breach was just such a hard thing to watch. And that really just allowed JX to snowball that fight then and snowball through. And yeah, just very unfortunate from Buddy to get picked off there. I didn't see where he died, but we have to watch the review for that. But nice attempt from Buddy. They tried something new and they took the fight to JX, who are the reigning world champions for the first world tournament for the Conquer Blade. So really well played JX and bravo.
Yeah, I think we just had their first championship of the global CBL ever. So congratulations to JX, but also, obviously YB is a respectful opponent in the game. And also, like, as an audience, we already saw, 4 actually very intensive and actually interesting game to watch. So as we said, so we're gonna have CBL every year, and it's gonna be global. So we hope that for the next time, probably some team from the West will still, have a chance to match up with JX again if JX will play next year.
Yeah, definitely. I think Buddy will want to come back with a vengeance next time as well, because they've shown that they can win against these champions. They took one game from them, and I think they'll be disappointed with the outcome, but happy that they performed well in some of these fights. So I think it's proven to the world that JX can be beaten on some maps. So yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting for the next CBL to see if JX come back to defend the title and what teams can do. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course. So if you guys did read the announcement, so we will combine those 2 ecosystems together. So actually, both JX and also YB guys, they probably can get opportunity to play each other in the game now. Yeah,
definitely. Is this in terms of the overall game, or is this just for like private match things, etc.? Or are you actually going to be everybody able to fight everybody in sieges? But you obviously can't get 15 versus 15 unless you plan it, right?
Yeah, obviously, like they can create, private lobbies, but I think we will bring up some interesting cross-continental events together, and that's gonna be the content of the second half. All right. Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Tempo. And then we just had a great time together.
No, thank you very much, Leon, for having us. Really do appreciate the opportunity to cast the finals of the first ever CBL East versus West. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. Proud of you.
Great fun. Thank you very much.
So, guys, we're gonna have a break for 10 minutes, and then we will be back in for the dev stream with our roadmaps and also the introduction of the new season. All right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Tempo. I will see you next time.
Thanks, Leon. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about it to reload the times more. Falling right for the body. We got it under the road. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, I'm a shooting match. For the love of screaming how you don't you know my life formation? from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the bloody storm. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, I'm shooting at your helmet. Falling like a screaming higher, don't you know my life already saved? This generation. I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the bloody storm. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, I'm shooting at your helmet. Falling like a screaming higher, don't you know my life already saved? This generation. I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the bloody storm. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. There you come, there you come. On your heart, I'm shooting at your helmet. Falling like a screaming higher, don't you know my life already saved? from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to reload the times war. Falling right for the party. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone when we're gone. There you come, there you come. I'm shooting at the numbers. For the love of swimming higher, don't you know I learned from nation? I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about us to reload the times war. Falling right for the party. We're gonna conquer the world. I won't be alone when we're gone. There you come, there you come. I'm shooting at the numbers. For the love of swimming higher, don't you know I learned from nation?
Hi everyone, welcome back. We just had a fantastic first global final.
Absolutely.
Did you watch the game, Morgan?
I was casting it for China mainland.
Good for you, huh?
The next room. Yeah,
Good
the
for you.
atmosphere was crazy over there. That's
Oh
for
my
sure.
God, love it. So, but like our viewers cannot wait to see our dev stream about what's going on in the next
Hopefully,
season.
let's be more humble. So maybe, yes, we prepared a few things, guys, and just wanted to share our plans and also what's been going on recently, and hopefully you will enjoy a few things. So basically what we hope to cover today is actually a few topics. So we want to talk with you about the offline events that we recently ran, because these streams is not the only thing that we are doing to communicate with you. We also organize a few offline events.
Yep.
Also, to highlight a few things that you asked us to develop, and we delivered actually. So just to showcase these things, and also to talk about the in-game events that we are running at the moment. And the most important things is that we want to share with you our plans for the end of this year, what's going to be happening, what kind of content we are preparing, and talk about the future merging of the communities, of the platforms, and then, of course, to give you more information about the upcoming season and the content that haven't been announced yet. Today, we're going to announce it for the first time.
Of course, and just a little alert right here. So we have a lot of contents going on today. So let's jump right into it.
Absolutely. So guys, we've been listening a lot to your feedback, not only on Discord that led to developing different features, but also we met you in person. We ran 2 offline events, and one of these was in Shanghai. So we prepared to you a short video about how did it go. So hope you will enjoy it. Actually, in Shanghai, what we did, we organized a small nightclub.
Yeah,
Definitely. Like, we had a great opportunity to actually change all the decorations to create some different atmosphere with our colors, red and black. and more than 150 players, right?
Yep.
Who visited us that day. A lot of fun. We organized a small tournament, friendly tournament. People were cosplaying,
Yep.
so totally enjoyed the party. And the most important part, of course, that we had another opportunity to communicate with
And
the
to
local players.
Receive some feedbacks and also
Exactly.
suggestions to the future changes.
Exactly, and this is why we actually also decided to regularly hold these kind of events. And you know, guys, that in Cologne, in Germany, there was Gamescom just a few weeks ago. That
Yep,
we
it's like last month, right?
yeah, that we visited, and we organized a similar event with a slightly different setting to be more relaxed,
More
and
cozy.
more cozy. Yes, guys. So here are a few highlights from this event. Yeah, totally great atmosphere. Was enjoying that time with players so much.
Just by watching the video, I miss Germany already.
Yeah, me too, mate. Especially like Germany, maybe not so much. Great country, but the opportunity to meet the local players was amazing. And guys, you know, we prepared a few gift codes for you today. We're gonna spread them throughout the stream.
We have
So-
like 3 sets of gift codes.
Exactly.
So,
So, guys, you will see 2 gift codes on the top of the screen in a few seconds. So the top one is actually for Western servers, for Europe and North America, and the bottom one is for APAC, for porous servers. We very soon gonna be unifying everything, so you're gonna have the same gift codes. So just remember, you will have 3 gift codes throughout the stream. The top one is if you're in Europe and North America. The bottom one is in APAC and the MENA servers.
Yep. And please remember that, you know, it's time limited. So, you know, the deadline is actually marked, you know, below the gift codes.
Yes, so remember to get into the game and activate them. So to the next topic, guys. We just had a great opportunity to receive a lot of feedback throughout these events, also on Discord, the most highlighted and liked suggestions from the players. So we started rebuilding our strategy of development half a year ago to actually following strictly the demands over there. So of course, one of the most important things is always optimization, how the game runs. So this is why our Chaos Engine team is working tirelessly, all these coders. We also partnered and had a lot of good opportunities to work as AMD and NVIDIA to implement multiple technologies, some of these in DLSS and FSR. And this actually also allowed us, with a combination of our art team, to optimize the visuals on multiple maps. And we are working on this like regularly and gonna be giving these updates in batches, a few maps and few rendering and other technologies implemented. Another, also one of
Huge improvement, the training cap.
yeah, like for years I also been dreaming about that. It was very challenging to convince the people that we need it, but finally we did it.
It's
So-
actually, we didn't do the job, but actually you guys did the job.
yeah, we actually just like got to the point like, here is 500 people who upvoting and asking for this. Please, let's do this already. So
Yeah, so next time, you know, if you want something fixed really quick, just please make more votes.
Yeah, vote on Discord. We are looking into this very forward. And like guys, this training camp at the moment, this is like only the basic version. We are aiming to improving it visually, functionally, and also adding additional features. So let us know. You can open another discussion about that. What kind of features added to the unit training camps you would like to have? Also, battle replay function. Because a lot of content creators, they have these kind of restrictions that you can only create content of your own gameplay.
Yep.
So we always wanted
Which is actually pretty hard, so yeah.
Yeah. We always wanted to give an opportunity to create different kind of content. So we are already tested and implemented battle replay function. So you can see some replays. We spread it out among content creators. And we are aiming also on improving and expanding this system to be much more robust.
Yeah, right now we're still, trying to improve it, and in terms of, user interface, user experience, and also your stability of the service. So once it's ready, we will probably have more, get it ready for a broader audience.
Yeah. So before we get to the next point, that is quite fun and big, that I'm very happy about, 3 other, maybe minor things, but very nice to have. You can see your matches history, the history of your mates. Then you can also observe the matches, as mentioned, and artillery takeover. That was just so fun to implement.
I actually love it.
Yeah, we had a lot of memes, jokes about how we're going to present it some time ago. Guys, thank you very much for these suggestions. Loving it, and thank you so much.
I just, sometimes I just hate it so much for those guys who just steal my artilleries.
But even more, who people hate is actually territory war slot blockers.
That's not on the same level,
Absolutely, it's like a little annoyance between like a deep-rooted hatred for life.
Yeah, of course, because territory war is actually a very complicated system, and also it's an ecosystem. So we are actually being very cautious on every single movement and every single changes to territory war system. One single move can cause a lot of difference in terms of how players were played. So, but slot blocking, it's been there for a while, and we actually received lots of feedbacks, and after a serious and thorough think, we actually had some solutions to deal with it.
Yes, and actually what you may have noticed is that this month, in the beginning of this month, we launched an update with 2 additions that basically are targeting on slot blocking. So the first one is that now different levels of fees, starting from the villages ending with capitals, will have certain requirements for how many attackers should there be minimum, because previously you could like use one guy and he would like do all this crazy stuff, but now based on your fifth level you will need from like 2 people and up to more and more. So it's not going to be so easy to implement. And also we are supporting this direction with the system is about morale, as we call. So basically if the attacking side is losing their heroes and they go down below the threshold that is the minimum requirement, they will start losing points, morale points, until they get enough of attackers on their side. So this is all just to serve this our direction to address the slot blocking problem. But we also know that this is only the first steps, so we're also implementing the reporting system. Yeah,
and also this is actually the first time that we officially said, no to slot blocking. So I understand, in the my games times, we actually had the slot blocking reporting system in the community, and then I think we are looking forward to rebuild it. And also, this is actually the first time that to the APAC community that we're gonna officially announce that slot blocking is actually abuse of gaming mechanisms, and then we will this is just a first step of increasing the the bar of doing it. And actually, we're going to work with the community to develop a efficient mechanism to deal with it. And also, for those of you who are still thinking about slot blocking, I assure you that
it's a bad idea.
And there are gonna be some serious punishment on that.
Yeah, guys. So we're gonna be implementing step-by-step in-game design solutions, but also gonna be kind of forcing these rules in the next weeks. So guys, you also noticed that we have been making a few changes to our shop and our monetization system. There are a few steps to that. So you will notice that we have been experimenting with some premium types of new attires that are kind of optional but quite difficult to get. And we wanted to explain to you why we are doing that and what is the idea behind that. So Leon, maybe you could tell a few words about that.
Yeah, I think, a shift from the monetization system, from the progression-based and to the cosmetic-based is actually a big, a step forward. So we understand that, players in the community complain that, for new players, it's just too hard for them to catch up with the progress with the existing players, and also for returning players because some of them may be away from the game AFK for quite a while, and then it's actually kind of hard for them to get the seasonal units and also to know the current meta and also to grind the progression to catch up to the speed. So we are actually working towards less progression, but we understand that most of the players, they love to express themselves in the game. So no matter it's some memes, it's some icons, and also maybe even some trollings within the battlefield, but obviously also cosmetics as well. So I think we will slightly twist our monetization model towards a more self-expression.
Yes, and to add to that, guys, is that we are going to be aiming to different kind of tiers of cosmetics. So some of them are going to be kind of like very difficult to obtain and it's going to take you to unlock. Some of them are going to be very easy and to unlock some mini battle passes that you very easily can open, or direct sales with different ranges. So we aim to kind of distinguish these by different levels, and just remember that this is optional. It's not anyhow influences your strength or progression or anything.
And also it has nothing to do with the balancing, also nothing to do with the numerical system.
Yes, and guys, you also noticed that on 23rd of August we made an update to the pricing in different regions, and actually because throughout the times with my games and APAC regions, we had different pricing for sovereigns, and that led to different pricing in in-game stores. So because we are aiming now to unify all the regions, we decided to unify the prices, and our decision was to pick like the cheapest price in each region and then downward the price in other regions. So basically we wanted to like decrease the prices for everything, and this is like our standard.
Yep. So I think we already had this event going on starting from August 23rd, and it's permanent.
Yes, it's permanent.
Yeah, it's permanent. And then I think in the new season, I think, and also going forward, we will have lower prices. And also, the most impacted, items are actually a premium account and also the drill packs. So, so for those of you who are, trying to
progress faster,
just keep an eye on it. And then I think we will keep monitoring and keep listening to the community to see what else you want.
And one thing, guys, that maybe not many of you know is that historically in regions of my games, the battle pass was slightly more cheap. And then in APAC, so we made like discount for APAC and Battle Pass. And some of you guys said, oh, why don't we have this discount? But basically, actually, we made APAC Battle Pass cost to be the same as in my games. So just to address this issue. So remember, we just put all the prices to the lowest standard between two regions. So yes, and what Leon just said about all the pressure to new players and also for churn players is one of the things that monetization, how we readdress, but also the in-game events that we are running. And Leon, from September 5th to October 8th, we're running Gather to the Beacon event. And maybe you could tell us like the idea behind this a little bit, and I can get into some details.
Yeah, actually, because like we've been receiving suggestions, also communications from, especially from new players and also from players who are trying to come back. Many of them are afraid that, okay, so how about the new seasonal seasonal units, and how about the current meta? I'm not so familiar with that. I got afraid, and many reasons why I should not join right now. So So we actually had this gather to the Beacon event to lower the barrier, about the new players, progression, and also to welcome the returning players back. Yeah. I think the rewards on the screen is just it's just an appetite.
Yeah, and
so,
you can go to our website to get all the details how to participate, how your friends who can participate if you left for some time. But like the most juicy parts about the rewards, of course, aside from those that you see here, are the ability to unlock a very handsome artillery or Divine Crow, but tier 4 and tier 5 seasonal unit box. So basically, new players and if you haven't played for some while, you can get any seasonal unit of tier 4 and tier 5 for free, fully unlocked.
Yep, and also just to emphasize, so tier 5 unit right here is not only the unit tree, tier 5. You can actually select any tier 5 in the previous seasons.
Yeah, previous season, not the ongoing one yet.
Yeah, so we actually had a wide variety of choices. And also you have actually a Divine Crow is actually pretty efficient in the territory.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually very efficient.
It's a killer.
Yeah, and also for the Epic Hero, schematics, actually you will have the opportunity to catch up with your equipment, your hero equipment. So with the artilleries, with the tier 4 and tier 5 units, and also with brand new weapons and also equipment, I think you will be more than ready to jump back to the battlefield.
True, and everyone knows how it's difficult to get epic hero schematics in the game and build a set. So guys, these were like a few highlights about what's been going on here and what we actually already implemented, but we also wanted to talk about like what's going to be happening. And the most important part is that we have
new heroes and new maps.
Yes, exactly, and like new heroes, because like for some time we've been like focusing a lot on refurbishing a lot of systems in the game, balancing also like progression and art style. So we had kind of a delay with delivering the new heroes.
Yep.
Sorry for that, but we are now made a commitment with the all different departments that every year we release one hero at least.
Yep.
And one season, one map, we're going to be releasing every season starting from season Lionfire.
Yep.
Yes. So we also are preparing like a total revamp of our UI and UX in the game to make it more informative but also less clunky, and the art style should be more unified. So these updates are going to be coming one by one.
Yeah, and also like CB is actually a huge system right now. We have lots of information going on. Yeah. So I think the new user interface actually aimed to brief the information when necessary, and then to hide those unnecessary ones.
True, true. And not less, but super important, guys, is Territory Wars, is that we are aiming to be bringing new mechanics every season, adding something, seeing how the data performs, how your feedback performs, and our goal actually is to create Territory Wars rules and mechanics that are inspired by the topic and the theme of each season.
I think this is actually one big move forward. It's actually because Territory Wars, it's mostly about houses fighting houses, but sometimes people get tired about fighting fighting with each other in the same setting. So I think to make thematic changes, and also it's thematic. It's not just random changes to the Territory Wars system. I think it's actually will create new ecosystem and also new mechanisms, and houses can have
different
other tactics.
Yes.
And also
also to add to it, guys, is that we are now experimenting with different opened regions on different servers. We launched in kind of a test, so to say, in China mainland servers. So basically, the regions that are open over there are different compared to all other servers. It's because we want to adapt to the realities of different servers, their size, also their like cultural preferences. So expect some news about that.
Yeah. So Territory Wars is going to be one of the major focus of improvement, going forward, especially within this year. I think we would, let us know if you have any further thoughts on Territory Wars.
True. So, guys,
that's the big map.
Yeah. not the smallest one, but you can see like the things that are from the left, basically the shop update and PvP events that we ran, this already behind us. Then we are working and developing new player experience that is actually pretty much ongoing process. We are releasing these regularly. Progression updates that are referring to how you obtain experience, how you obtain different items also. We also working with the community. So in the EU, we are hiring for a community manager because the majority of our team, we are sitting here.
And also in the US.
Yes, and in the US, but we need some help to kind of supervise slot blocking during territory wars in Europe, also handling some matters within the community in Europe.
Yeah, just to provide better community services.
True, guys. So, Season Lionfire, you already know it launches on September 19th. It's bringing a new map. We are
it's
also...
not only a new map, it's a new era.
Yeah, new era,
Yeah.
but to be honest, you know, like we saw your comments about the trailer. We can talk about this later, about the new era. I think
Yeah,
it's
of
an
course,
interesting
yeah.
topic.
Yep.
Yeah, but also just to add, guys, that we bringing like thematic rules for territory wars, and we are working on the upgrade of our technology that actually we've been preparing for quite a while. That took quite immense amount of time. We're gonna create a huge improvement to territory wars. So because like now you have territory wars lanes instances, when you sometimes are kind of disconnected from other players on territory block. So our goal is actually to make like on every block on territory wars, you will see all the players. It's going to be one line. It's going to be one instance. So we are on the finalized stages to implement that.
Yeah, I think imagine the world that you can see all the players in one
Exactly.
line. You don't have to switch lines to say, oh my God, they're coming from that line, right?
Yeah.
It's actually a huge, improvement for other. And also like, because, the Conquest Blade is all about the warfare, right? The more people you can see in the map, the more intensive,
Of course,
dynamics going.
This was like the vision from the beginning, but again, like not so many technologies can achieve that. So we're working on that. So also there is some secret thing that we are preparing. It's an not a secret anymore. It's some IP collaborations that we are going to be doing in the future.
Yeah, it's still secret, but we'll reveal it later.
Yeah. And hopefully you will enjoy it. And we are, as mentioned, before the end of the year, we're making like a big UI overhaul. And then before the year ends, we are releasing another season. And this season is going to bring a new hero class and a new map.
Yeah, and also for, I think lots of people asking for balancing changes. I think we're going to have another balancing updates within this season. And also, I think we will probably we will give out some more thoughts on how like what is the ideal or what is the expectations on different meta, and also what do we think is actually the the healthy battleground ecosystem.
True. And actually, we are making some steps to showcases different statistics from different regions, so you could also understand more precisely why we make those or different decisions regarding balance.
Yeah. So I think one last thing for the balance is actually we will be transparent, and also we will let you know that what is the principle that we're following up. Yeah. So please stay tuned, and we will have further discussion and further communication on the balancing soon.
True. Yeah. And guys, the topic that we wanted to bring today, Leon had a good idea how to call it. So Leon, maybe you could take on this and introduce us.
Yeah, of course. Yep. So for those of you who have played CB for a while, that that CB is actually like divided into two parts. We call it like the international servers, which is like one part is like APAC that we already know, like we already had global CBL, so we just saw how Asian players are playing, and also we have the west side as well. So because of the population difference, we were unable to merge the two ecosystems together. So I think we've been working on this pretty hard, since the takeover from MG in June. So finally, like we're here. So we are proud to announce that we will merge these two ecosystems starting from September 19th. And the unification means we're going to have, unification of Steams. We're going to have unification of Steam pages. We're going to have one global website. And also, we're going to have, similar launchers, going forward. So why are we doing this? And obviously, just realize that, just like we said before, CB is actually the playground of, global warfare lovers. So we want to actually enable players to actually compete, actually play around, and also work with each other, no matter where you come from. And they should not be separated, through IP block. They should not be separated through, like publishing difference, which is, pretty nonsense, right? We will have, cross-server game modes. And, going forward, we might have, territory war events, cross-continental. So also, you will have the ability to create characters on any server that you want. So for example, like for those of you who are playing in the European servers, if you want, you can feel free to create one character in the APAC servers and to see how APAC players are playing. Vice versa. If you're playing on the APAC servers, you're more than welcome to join the the European servers or in the American servers to take a look. And also, we want to just like the CBO just finished. I mean, I just watched all players talking about the strategies, how good is it on both teams. So why not? We just adding friends, and also we can chat, and also we can add to group members
in the game. Yeah.
In the game, right? It's actually we should enable this, and then also we've seen lots of announcements, and also because of the different different versions, and we need to, for example, even the gift codes, right? We need two gift codes for different servers. So I think afterwards we will have a better experience in general. So yeah, the biggest thing and the first step is actually the unified Steam page. So that we have two different Steam pages, and then on September 19th, I got too excited, and then Pearls and Booming Steam pages will become official, and then for Western players that you're playing in the formal MG Steam page, we will finally be one, and then we will merge into one Steam, so you will have only one entrance. So starting from September 19th, whoever is searching Conquest Blade on Steam will only have one result, and there's no IP log, no nothing. And then you will see, both APAC players and Western players. You can communicate with each other in the discussion forums, and also leave the same, reviews, and also interact with each other, which is.
And we know that it may be like a little bit stressful for some of you, and we actually already published an FAQ on the website on Steam regarding that, so you can check that in very detail. But we also wanted to highlight a couple of major concerns regarding this transfer of Steam.
Yep. Okay, I think it's pretty much the time for the second set of gift codes.
Sure, guys. And guys, we are actually trying to read the chat while talking. Please forgive us if we are not able to read all the things at the moment. But Leon, I think
we have a Q&A section.
First, we have a Q&A session, and I hope people are writing the questions from the chat. So later,
yeah, of course, we can get back to them.
We can and we have Q&A session in the end, guys. So we will reply as many questions as possible. Don't worry about that.
Yep. So we have the second set of gift codes. So again, the first gift codes is actually for the Western players. So you can, for those of you who are playing in the West servers, in the European, also in the American servers, you can use this one. And for the second one, it's actually for APAC. So whoever is playing with the APAC servers, you can use this gift code. And again, so this is time limited. So we already write down the deadline of the redemption of the gift code. So please don't forget to redeem it on time. So again, that's why, because we have two gift codes. So that's why we are merging the two ecosystems together. So in the next time we will only have one. So yeah, so we have a list of concerns regarding the Steam merge. We received lots of questions, so we just want to give answer some of the key
and
questions.
Guys, most importantly, like if you are watching this stream, you're already playing on booming porous Steam page. You don't need to do anything at all, and just play as usual. You won't be affected in any way. Besides that, you will see inflow of new possible friends and more community engagement. So, but if you are from North American or European servers, guys, we just wanted to tell you that we talked to the Steam staff. They will add the game client of APAC to your game libraries. So you're going to be able just to go to your game library. You will see Conqueror's Blade APAC, and you can just download it and play it without taking any further actions.
Yeah, I think Steam gonna replace the like the Steam like the Conqueror's Blade inventory and also like the library automatically from the backend.
Actually, like inventories, guys, something that Leon mentioned. Like our team is working to make sure that all your items going to be safe. Because some people were like.
Don't worry, your items, your here, like your units, your characters will be safe.
Yes, and the thing is that while we transitioned from my games, we had a lot of blocks of data, and it was kind of encrypted in their own way, and it's in a different way that we behave with the data. So you remember that for a week there were like some missed items, or you come to the server, your character is not so high. So these kind of things will not happen this time, because like this is coming from our encrypted data to our encrypted data. We're just changing the server. So stay assured, it's going to go smoothly on that level. So also, the game is going to be added to library. You can find it, download it, or go to the Steam page from it. Also, as Leon mentioned, you just search the game, Conk Blade, and you will find it, the only page. You just play as usual. And we are preparing to recreate all these Steam achievements on our page, because like there are some different achievements that on my game side that not exist on our side. So in the following days after September 19th, we are manually recreating all of these, and we're gonna be assuring that you will get these same achievements on Steam.
Yeah, and also we're gonna save all your historical reviews on our website.
This is the next topic. This is we're coming very soon to that one.
Yeah,
about
that's the website. Yes. So yeah, they just jump forward. So we're gonna have one unified official website. So all the functions on both sides, both APAC websites and the old West website will be combined to one. And then just like I said, your Steam content is actually safe.
Yes.
So all your reviews, all your community content, from the West Steam will be preserved on the website. So log into the website, and also you can search for your historical reviews and
your guides also. So we know that many of you, like we also read some of these guides. Thank you so much for doing that. Spent so much time. So we didn't want all this just to be wasted. So we spent some time developing new features on our website, and we preserving everything. So you can go to the website if you want to share your guides to your friends on your past guides on Steam to your friends. You can send a link to the website. They can find it there. So stay assured.
Yeah, it's a lot of data, but like I think it's
it must be done, absolutely.
Yeah, of course, it's just like the precious assets of our community. So yeah, and also please join the community on Discord as well, just in case you didn't. I mean, but like I think for most of you who are still watching this, I think you're probably
like, long friends. So
yep, and also. Anton, you want to introduce some of the key, community events?
Yeah, actually, because we are unifying, so we wanted our community colleagues. They came out with a few cool ideas. It's about kind of interconnecting different regions.
Yeah, we have to break the ice,
Yes, absolutely. So we are now running a event, Legends of the West and East, where we already have like something like 1,500 participants. They're writing their best moments. Also,
I think they're gonna YB has another good chapter to write.
Absolutely, absolutely. The second game was just so epic. Flashbacks from CBL. Then we're going to be running a community event called Spy versus Spy, where you will have to collect some information from different servers and their participants and receive rewards. And the next community event also going to be running in parallel the Great Migration. Your words, your history. So for all the details, come to our Discord, guys. These community events are going to be announced on the dates shown on the screen. Yeah, because it's a merge, it's a new start for everyone. So I understand, because of the
mechanism of the Steam, so we cannot just automatically transfer all your reviews to the new page. So feel free to leave new comments for those of you who are playing in the West page.
Yeah, like if you want to recreate your community posts, screenshots, reviews, anything, you can just copy paste from the website, go to the new Steam page, and recreate it there.
Yeah. And
now, yes,
the exciting part.
yes, guys, you already know the name of the season. You've seen a few things. We're gonna walk you through some things that you've already seen and knew, and we're gonna give you some bits of information that we haven't announced yet. So you're gonna be the first ones who've seen and knew about it.
Yeah. So actually, Morgan is actually part of the core creations and also designing of Season Lionfire. So going forward, Morgan will share some of his thoughts during the period.
Like guys, you already seen the KV. We're gonna talk a little bit about why we chosen these things. So it's a Warfare Revolution, and you'll notice that it's all around Sweden and Gustav II. And we wanted a little bit of twist with actually highlighting the gunpowder, firepower.
The man
units.
with firearm.
Yes, totally different feeling. And guys, let's just rewatch the trailer. I know you've seen it, but hopefully you will enjoy it. And then I will explain why we made these kind of decisions with the music, with the theme, with the units, and so on.
I heard a horn from home, Stockholm. It's a merging call for the 30 years war. I dream about it to reload 10 times more. Falling right for the body. We gotta conquer the world. I won't be alone with my gun. Steady your gun, does it come? On your heart, I'm shooting at you.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. So yes, so Gustav II, Gustavus Adolphus, one of the most legendary person from this area, the most legendary, so many people think.
Revolutionary.
King of Sweden, total warrior that have been injured multiple of times, always fought, sometimes won, sometimes lose, but he had two names, actually. The Lion from the North was his first nickname, and the next one was Father of Modern Warfare.
Yeah, with the gunpowder, of course.
So this is where the inspiration's coming, and we tried to project that with the design of this season, combining these key elements. So we know that probably the turning point in his life was Nuremberg stronghold. That probably was not the most pleasant moment in his life that led to the downfall, but we decided to create the map inspired by Nuremberg and kind of recreate the warfare that he created with same-minded people that started relying more and more on gunpowder, artilleries, arquebuses, muskets, and to approach these kind of star fortresses, you had to dig a lot of trenches from different angles, because these fortresses were protected by multiple cannons, not letting the attackers to come. So always the attackers digged in these zigzag trenches, and we wanted to project this gameplay on the map. So basically this is going to be one of the kind of unique maps where the first flag A is actually outside of the fortress. The defenders have a chance to kind of capture and hold the attackers' trenches. There's also going to be a supplying point over there. And regarding the name of the map, we decided not to kind of expose this name to you.
We will wait for later, you know.
Yes, because probably we're going to tease up too many things that may be quite exciting. So also to project the firepower and gunpowder.
And also we're talking about the thematic changes about seasons, and here
Yes.
it comes.
Yes,
This is a
exactly.
new set of rules for Lionfire.
Yes, exactly. So this is why we decided to project all this firepower into the Territory Wars design. So we are introducing the following mechanics, guys. First, because like Gustavus is a legendary leader that
And
always
he likes to lead the charge himself.
Absolutely. This is why he was injured so many times. So during this season, when your house leader joins the battle, your whole team, all the units in your team, you're going to be getting buffs to attack. These buffs they're going to be progressional based on your house level, starting from 1 to 10, starting from 5% to 10%. And the funny part is that if your house leader is going to be, he's going to fall, then for 30 seconds, your whole team gets doubled buff just to be outraged and revenge your house leader. So we hope that
And it could be a tactic too.
yes,
I'm gonna talk to
absolutely.
my house leader. Hey guys, hey man, like it's
It's
your
time,
time.
it's time to go.
It's time for some sacrifice. Yep.
Yeah. So the second thing, guys, is that Gustavus, he actually created totally exemplary supply lines for his modernized warfare. So we wanted to project it that all culverins and mortars during the season, while you're crafting them, you're going to have like 20% discount on all resources. And also now, if you are taking them to the big world, your speed is going to be not as low as 2.8, but it's going to be increased dramatically to 3.5.
It gives more mobilities.
True. And to go even further, guys, we wanted to combine two problems. The first one is that during territory wars, it's sometimes kind of difficult to create supply lines, proper supply lines, because like your siege camp sometimes maybe too far away or something. We are introducing a new type of siege camp, like it's an instrument warehouse, a work in progress name. We're going to be making it live in 2 weeks after the season release. And basically how it's going to work, you're going to be able to dispose some artilleries over there, and your housemates can freely take it out from there. So this way you can actually have some players, for example, like you have some newbie players on your clan without units.
You can share some artilleries.
Yeah, maybe they're going to be doing the job of bringing the artilleries to the front lines while all the veterans are fighting. So this is our like first step to address like more deep strategic and supply.
And also to involve
strategy.
more, different kinds of players into the territorial system.
Exactly. Because like veteran players, they would probably not enjoy that much just carrying stuff, but for a newbie player, it's why not? Yeah. And guys, also we are increasing the supplies and gathering rates of copper and iron in the game by 10%. And the units, you already saw the presentation in the article and the gameplay of our 3-star tier 3 unit, Raytar Pistoliers.
Yep.
And you know that this unit is a very mobile hybrid unit with pistols, with double shot that can apply some crowd control effects. But also it can bite a little bit in the close combat. And we promise you that the damage output from their pistols is going to be something that you need to deal with. But also this unit is, the amount of entities is not so high, and it's not the most tanky unit. So soon you will know much more during like PTR that we are opening, which we had slight challenges today due to some IP blocks, but we're working on that. So on PTR you will see all the units. So the next unit is Swine Feathers, tier 4. Basically, our idea was to create also a little bit of a multi-purpose unit. First thing to know about them is that they are very precise in close combat, close range, and the damage output is quite high. But they're not going to be as good in like a longer range as other musketeers of tier 4, tier 5 eras. And the coolest part that we wanted to bring for like many seasons is more like kind of deployables, and it's a historical thing. And basically, they are carrying these pikes, stakes, spears. You can actually deploy them in the direction that you like, and it's going to be dealing damage and stopping cavalries. So a very versatile unit. We hope that you will enjoy, but it's not also the most tanky unit, so archers are going to be having a lot of fun killing them.
Yep.
And
And the cannons.
this, you know the story. Like we had a French season, guys, Paragons, a couple of years ago.
2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
When we actually wanted to bring this unit to you, but like we already like 3 units that season, and all had like unique mechanics. We had like banner guys, banner guards. We had new healing unit. Then we had tier 5 Chevaliers who bring the 3rd unit. With them like a retinue, so like we had already like 3 unique units of mechanics, and like whole our team like was working like so tirelessly, we just couldn't finish the 4th like totally unique mechanic unit during that French season. And after that, like the topics of our seasons, they just weren't very much aligned with the cannon and artillery units. So finally we got Gustavus Adolphus, and I think like this is like probably was destiny to only for Gustavus Adolphus to be having artillery unit that we called Lion Roar Crew. And guys, this information we haven't announced yet, and I saw many questions on our YouTube channel when you saw PV, on Reddit, on Discord. People been wondering if, oh, this is very like static unit that cannot climb the walls, or like many assumptions. But just to reveal some information, guys, basically it's a bunch of like more than 1,000 entities of artillerists.
Yeah, it's that mobile artillery is right here. It's mobile, you know.
Basically, like they start without any cannons, and then you can send them wherever you like and place their like note the place where you want to build the artillery, and they will build it. And actually, you can also then move it, you can replace it, and you can actually even rebuild it. And this unit is going to have like 2 abilities. Basically, like it's going to be like protecting certain angle direction, like suppressing fire. And the second one, you can attack, choose some area and attack a certain direction with bombardment.
Yeah, you will see the patch note and also a formal introduction of the unit in the following couple of days.
True.
Don't worry.
Yes, guys. So now about the attires, why they look like this. We mentioned that Gustavus, he was called Lion from the North. So we decided first to project his lion mask on a lion head over there. And also he participated in many battles. So he had many injured parts. So we wanted to cover like different parts of his injured areas with metal to not to be like fully historical, but some kind of like character that is inspired by historical Gustavus with a twist of Conqueror's blade. So another thing is that the female attire, especially in certain regions, we notice that certain bluntness over there sometimes works pretty well. So hopefully you will like it. And for like BP0, Aurora's Glory, is much more like a historical, accurate attire that is pretty much inspired by real clothing and
back to that time
appearance. Yes. Yep. So regarding other parts of the Battle Pass, guys, so we are bringing 3 weapon attires. Sorry, we only gonna show to you the musket attire today, and then the unit attire and the horse attire. So feel free, if you like, to purchase Battle Pass. If you don't like, you can just skip it, and hopefully you will enjoy it. We prepared to you the video. Some of you have seen it, but let's just play it. And remember, like, if you pre-order the Battle Pass, you can also unlock the Tier 3 unit Ranger Pistoliers.
Yep. Yep, the pre-order just, or not just, but already started, starting from September 5th. So for those of you who still wandering around and who still checking on this, please take your time.
Yeah, if Battle Pass is something that you do in games, like this is the best moment because it brings a lot of bonuses to pre-order. If not, then it's your choice, guys. So we finally got to the end of our presentation, and the majority of things that we directly wanted to discuss with you, we already covered. And there are many questions on Twitch chat, so we will try to have some conversation with you and address a few things. Some of these questions are coming from the chat, some of them from YouTube also. So again, like some players, they've been concerned about like Steam achievements, whether there are going to be any bugs. Like to be absolutely honest, guys, like for us, the transition period, like and changing Steam page, this is like very unique thing. We never done this, and not I think like in 10,000 games, 100,000 games, not many games had 2 Steam pages and transferring this thing. So we talked to the Steam staff. We figured out how to do this. So we have like already been working on this, but 100% guarantee we cannot give this to you. But I think like we are quite confident that you will get all the achievements in a few days. And if there is going to be some delay, we'll fix it, and you will still get these achievements. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry. We will work closely with Steam and then make sure it's a smooth transfer.
Yes. Another question, guys, is about how people can become content creators of Conqueror's Blade. So Leon, maybe you can tell a few words about that.
Yeah, I think you can just go to our Discord and go talk to one of our or any of our moderators or our CMs. So we actually have a program, and also if you can go to Lurkit, and then there's gonna be we call it CBCP, Conqueror's Blade Content Creator Program. So feel free to register and feel free to join the program.
So yeah, guys, like Lurkit, if some of you may know, maybe not, Lurkit is a platform for content creators that we working with. So you can apply there. But also, like the simplest way, you can simply go to our Discord, find one of community managers. It will be Cool01 and Spartan. Also, you can just ask them, hey guys, I want to be a content creator. So we welcome everyone, and because like we're all the same kind with the same passion, so welcome to join the program. Then the question regarding whether you guys need to, if you are in the European and North American servers, if you don't you need to re-download the game from the scratch. We addressed that on FAQ, and we've spoken to Steam staff. Unfortunately, they don't have any technical way to avoid that. So we've been told by Steam that all players will have to re-download the game. We know that it's kind of wasting like a couple of hours of time and a little bit of inconvenient. We apologize for that, but unfortunately we just don't have any technical solution with Steam due to their platform limitations. Then the questions regarding your premium account time. Some people like spent certain sovereigns for
don't worry, you will be capped.
1,000. Yeah, don't worry, like all your sovereigns, all your items, all your statuses are safe because all the data is actually within our files. It's not, again, as I repeat, when we've been transitioning from my games with their encryption to our encryption. So everything is going to be kept, don't worry about that. Then, of course, like when we announced and shown the PV, many players assumed that we're bringing dual pistol weapon class.
The cowboy system.
Yeah. So Leon, I'll take a break. Please talk about the heroes, how often they released, what kind of things we are planning.
Of course, I think just in a few pages ahead, so we already announced that for every year, we're going to have a new hero class. And for every season, we're going to guarantee there's a new map. So obviously, we didn't have a new weapon class, within the season of Gostov, which means you will see the new weapon class or hero class by the end of the year, which is study of the second season. So it's already in the pipeline, and also we have a prototype of it already. But Alex, sorry, we cannot tell you, right? Obviously, we cannot tell you today. So we'll definitely get one for the next season. And I think I saw players, wandering around. Talking about like if all the new units are ranged, and also are they OP or are they too weak? So for those of you, just know that we are running our PTR during the weekend. So if you're interested, please join our PTR, and then we will try our best to make sure that those units will be well balanced and also well placed in the battlefield. So please give up your feedbacks and also your suggestions. how to place them in the battlefield.
Yeah, true. Also, guys, we've noticed that, and community managers, they noticed that on Discord, you have a lot of feedback on the crowd control immunity and like health immunity,
Yep.
1 second rune. So, guys, we know that for some of you, it's like a super critical thing. So we are talking to the combat designers to
Yep.
see like the data and to figure out how to do that.
I think the update for the next season is we're gonna remove the 1 second immunity for the heavy armor classes, and then we're still gonna keep it for the others.
Yes. So yeah, because like the survivability of heavy armor was
More than enough.
More than enough. Yeah. But also maybe Nodachi with armor build with this rune also.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, guys, about the ranged units, like why we decided that we want to bring like more ranged units. So basically, guys, it's like the complex thing here is the following. Like on tier 3 era, when the new season begins, like there are plenty of ranged units in the game, and actually they are like swarming all the stuff. But with every next tier, like tier 4, tier 5, you see like the data is changing, and actually on middle level of play and like a higher level of play, like ranged units is more like a specialist units, and it also much depends on the server. We've noticed that the differences there are a lot. So what we wanted to do, we actually wanted first, like because like the artillery cannon units, why are we bringing it? Because on tier 5 era, when there is a box of tier 4 shields and even like tier 3, tier 4, and they're like supported by phalanx, by iron reapers, and if you create this kind of a death ball, you need more AoE damage. So we have Nafa, we have like coconut throwers to do some AoE, and we don't count too much like on artillery from the heroes itself. We wanted to create more AoE damaging solution to the death balling. So also for tier 3, one of the reasons why we decided to make it ranged cavalry is that in some occasions, tier 5 cavalry, if it's not approaching the pikes or too close to muskets, is very difficult to be kind of neutralized. You just need some cavalry duels, especially on field maps. So tier 3 cavalry has quite decent armor penetration, also crowd control. So on field maps especially, you're going to be able to quite counter cost by cost with a lot of micro. With your tier 3 cavalry, you're going to be countering tier 5 cavalry. So this is also going to create the situation that your tier 3 is a threat to tier 5 cavalry, and then now the team of tier 5 needs to counter your tier 3 cavalry. So we trying to open new possibilities for you to play and create new meta.
Yeah, and I think it's time for the last set of gift codes, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So I think we will take a few more questions, but I think we can have the gift codes,
Sure, let's go.
along,
Yes,
when we're answering the questions.
Just to remind you guys, so like basically when you activate these gift codes, the top one is for West.
For the European, also
Yes.
American service.
Yes.
So the second one is actually for the APAC service.
Yes. And
so again, it's time limited.
Yeah. And the rewards are as follows, guys. One of the codes is 3 treatises. The second code is 4 treatises. And another code is a voucher to unlock unit challenge. So the next thing is news, again, like about the new hero class. We already opened you the information, guys. It's not coming this season. We are working on the class for the end of the year on that season, so you will see it before 2025. Then seasonal shop, like there are some feedback from players, for example, like actually 2 feedbacks. The first one is that attires from previous seasons, they are too expensive with the seasonal points. It's like you need to farm whole battle pass, and you can only probably open only one old attire weapon. Like some players also wondering like if any changes are going to be implemented over there.
Yeah, I think there are more players concerned about the next balancing moves. Like people have like concerns on way, people have concerns of other units as well. So as we spoke during the roadmap, so we're gonna have one more major balance upgrades, and also we're gonna have a separate discussion with the community on the balancing issue. So we'll talk about that in more details.
Yeah, and then the next question will be the event for swapping blue gear schemes for purple schemes in the new season. I would say that it was not in the pipeline, but guys, again, like you can go to Discord, open a new suggestion, call your friends to thumb him up, and all in your hands. We're gonna try to balance between like the economical infrastructure of progression and like the rewards of the items and your satisfaction. So we cannot promise you that everything that being asked, because like of course we want always everything to be unlocked very like easily, but epic schematics is like one of the top items to pursue in the game. So we want to keep some rarity of this.
Yep.
And changing it like exchanging like blue to purple, it's like a big step. So let's discuss on Discord, show your dedication to this topic, and we will return to you. So we're gonna be transparent here.
So maybe probably we're gonna take one or two more questions.
Yeah, I think like a few more questions, and that would be very great. So one of the questions, whether they're gonna be more customized ways to customize the character.
Yes.
And here, good news, guys. Yes, we are actually working on some new systems regarding that haven't been implemented, and I would say that it will be totally new, and we hope that you will like it. And again, you will see the first steps of it before the end of this year.
Yep. And I saw other suggestions on the surrender button. Actually, we talked about this internally for quite a few times. I mean, it's not so easy to have it. I understand, in other matchmaking games and also PvP games, some of them do and some of them do not. Conquest Blade is actually a 15 versus 15, matchmaking, siege battles. So, we understand, in some extreme, scenarios, especially when when attackers are out of their units and also defenders are like with a bunch of remaining units, then probably this is a time that attackers cannot do too many things. I think those are the times when players are so struggled, and probably we will find a solution to that. But but the other times, I mean, like people have different judgment and people have different view on when to surrender. So I think we'll be very cautious on that. So please don't worry. This is already in our radar, and then we will do some more research and also communicate with you guys if we come up with some designs, and we will let you know.
And very well noted, Leon. Actually, we have announced to players that we're going to publish the rule book for Territory Wars.
Yes.
And that it haven't been published. So players are asking like, what's going on? Why the delay is?
Yeah, I think it's going to be published within the season. I think it's promised. So we promised, we delivered. So don't worry. I think it's gonna be up soon. Especially when we have a new set of seasonal rules for the new seasons, and we will make sure that they was included.
Yes. Another concern, guys, is from players that already tried PTR, and they are concerned that Tier 3 and Tier 4 are too weak. So like they are not so strong. And guys, to that, like for us, it's the challenge is that we are testing the units internally, and sometimes it's difficult to recreate the environment with all the ideas and the strategies that you have. And we are very careful not to make units to be overpowered, because you remember that sometimes it's very easy to make this mistake, and it actually leads to a lot of negativity, and we would like to prefer to be careful, be humble. Maybe sometimes the unit on PTR is not performing well, but we will probably kind of see the data. We will strengthen this unit, make it stronger to like fulfill the role, but we do not want to make it overpowered.
Yep, I think that's pretty much for the day.
Yeah, I think so. Like, guys, honestly, like for us, it's been like for different people, like 4 or 5 hours of streaming already.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being here and for all your patience that you bared with us.
Yep.
Hopefully you get some interesting news today. You enjoyed CBL. Congratulations to JX. Crazy team that winning for 5 years already of all CBLs. The same core guys. Great play from our Turkish team from YB. So beautifully played. And we hope to see you on Discord, guys, on YouTube. We're going to be posting the videos about our Tier 4, Tier 5 units today, tomorrow, and also some new information about the upcoming season and about the merge and many, many more. So thank you so much.
Yep. Oh, one last thing too we forgot to mention in our presentation is actually we're going to have a give back, a payback event, after the merge. So what about it? It's actually we're gonna pay back to all of you guys who supported Conquest Blade all the way, all the way now, and then I think we will give back, different items, different rewards based on your history with Conquest Blade, and then I think we will announce the detailed rules, later, when along with the new season. So I think we're pretty excited for the new global ecosystem, and then I think we'll be likely to see more interactions with different regions players, and then we will reduce the friction, and also we will work closely with Steam to make sure it's a smooth transfer.
True,
so
guys.
don't worry.
True, guys. And again, we couldn't cover all the questions today, but please send your questions. Maybe after the stream, we maybe create a follow-up Discord channel.
Yeah, I think
stream follow-up channel, and you guys just throw your questions that you wanted to ask. Oh, actually, we already have.
We have a feedback section. Yeah.
We have a feedback section and also developers' responses. So you can ask your questions in this, and Spartan, Cool01, myself, Yannick, Leon, we're gonna be there and responding step by step. So,
all right then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for staying with us. It's 3 hours.
Yeah, and an honor for us. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.